Hey guys, hey, good morning, good morning. Shout out to the Venture Replay Gang. Please like this video on your way in or out the door. Hey guys, how are you? I'm okay and chilling. But been a kind of eventful morning. I was over at, of course, Miss Virginia. We're doing Uppity Speaks. Make sure you guys check out that replay as well. It's on my community wall. So what's been going on with you? I see it's people slightly trying to turn it up, and I don't know if it's really considered a turn up though, or it's been more funny. I think it's been more unintentionally funny than it has been in a while. Very people. It's been hilarious, but I do believe it was mostly unintentional. Or I guess it thought it'd have been seen another way that it actually wasn't. Damn, I'm mad. I don't know why I didn't roll up another one. I had to smoke my damn clip I had from yesterday. So I seen, I'm waiting for just Heedy, but I seen a couple of things last night. I tried to like intentionally look before I eventually had to go to sleep. And I went on over to the fish side, but it was it was slightly hilarious to me. But I don't know if I missed some things. There she goes. What's up, Heedy?
Hey, what's up?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. You know what I'm saying? Better than I was a couple of days ago. So that's a plus. But
What was
anyway,
okay, cool. Um, you good? Everything good?
yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, like it all worked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, how have you been? First of all, how have you been?
man, everything's been good, man. Just been, working and pretty much uh trying to see what was going on like in the last like 24 to like 48 hours around here. So I gathered some stuff. What is it that you have gathered, by the way? I wanted to just get into that.
Well, like I said, the other day I went live, and because I have been not been really watching until like I started watching like the Juke Joint Troop Enterprise, and so when she was talking about a couple of things, it made me curious to watch people I don't normally watch, and I I just seen how, to me, I just seen a lot of funny shit happen, and a lot of things I can't really like prove it exactly, but it's just been funny seeing like the outcome of this thing where people, this whole new sector, the handbook, how people are like playing everything. But because I haven't been keeping up with everything, I'm not exactly sure if I'm right about certain things, but I just feel like I'm on the right path. Like for example, they have been trying to soft launch this new quote unquote sector, but like really refuse to leave. Keep saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go," but it's like that goofy ass nigga saying goodbye forever. And I noticed that Poverty and Lemon is supposed to be like the heads of this or whatever, even though everything that they're complaining about applies to them. But for some reason they have absolved themselves of these things and starting this new sector. Well, they keep talking about starting it, not actually starting it. And then when I'm guessing they said it started, Lemon went on a whole nother platform, making sure there was no redirect to be given, and making it about him. And then he goes live at the grand opening of the sector, and all the people just stood over there, and they were just over there. Every time I would try to go back and forth, and every time I went over there, it was Lemon, 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 and then Lemon's over there acting like they don't exist. So I just thought that, I don't know if you know anything about that. It was hilarious to me.
Well, I did see like Pizarro talking about that she was creating a new sector. And my thing with, when someone says that they're creating a new sector, to me, new sector would mean new channel to me. But it seems as though, because she did a live the other day in the news sector on her old beef sector channel. Now, that doesn't really compute with me. That doesn't really make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, news sector needs a new fucking channel. But it seems as though Pizarro is afraid to create a new channel because she knows that if she starts, because a lot of people ain't really fucking with that new sector bullshit. And I don't even understand why she's creating one anyways. She knows that her views are gonna be low. So um my thing is put your low budget fame where your mouth is. You said you're starting over, so start the fuck over and create a new goddamn channel. You know what I'm saying? But keeping the
Wait, hold
same.
on, Edie. Hold on, Edie,
Okay.
a second. You just brought up something that I don't think anybody ever thought about. When you said, even with the new channel thing, because if she had to start it from, which would make sense and help bring in more people, but if she started from that, do you think she would even make it to 1K in subscriptions?
Um, I it's yeah. I eventually, sure. I think she will.
But it
Uh,
won't be like they got limited 2 days, right? It won't be like that. So go ahead though. That was
no,
good. I didn't even think about that till you said that, but go ahead.
and it's like it's like the same channel that she's like attaching herself to. It's like she's on the same channel and she's still attaching herself to the beef sector. So she might as well not even create a new channel a new sector to begin with. A new sector, to begin with, because she's still attaching herself to the beef sector, which makes her plan stupid. Then she has a bunch of fucking rejects over there, except Mo Betta, of course. She has a bunch of rejects over there that, don't bring anything to the table by themselves. We know Lemon can't do shit by himself, and he doesn't bring any commentary or anything worth watching by himself. We know that Brooke, who Malik made that joke the other day that he wanted. I don't know if it was a joke or I'm hoping it was a joke that she wants to, if she wanted to get paid and all this other stuff or whatever. We know Brooke doesn't bring anything. So she just bringing a whole bunch of people that don't, and Soul Sister, like the old lady that nobody, that's so fucking weird and that nobody gives a fuck about. The old lady that Pizarro, not to mention the old lady that Pizarro had to teach yet the other day how to use fucking computer, how to use the internet and shit like that or whatever. She got old motherfucker. She just taking everybody over there. And I'm like, man, like, you know, um, we know Soul Sister is just whack. We know that she is not computer literate because obviously she's not from that time frame and stuff like that or whatever, or maybe she just didn't take the time to educate herself, because there's really no excuse in this day and age to not be computer literate um with all the technology around here and stuff. But that she just recruited anybody and everybody. I mean, Ghetto. Nobody. Who the fuck wants to watch Ghetto? And who the fuck cares what Ghetto has to say? Him and Lemon ain't gonna do nothing but virtually wrestle like they've been doing all up on these panels. If Lemon's on the panel,
Love
he's
Coral. They have a
right.
love of Coral every other day. They said that I didn't see it because I barely watch Lemon like that. I already told y'all that. But I ain't gonna hold you. He had the better show last night. Just being non-biased. But they said that Ghetto called Lemon babe, and he admitted to it. That he said, but I apologize. Why does it them niggas is gay?
They like, I've been saying that they're both like, of course they're both gay. And it's like people like think I'm joking around when I'm saying that. I'm like, no, these guys they like each other. Do you not got, are y'all too stupid? These bitches around here are so fucking dumb. Do they not see that
No,
shit?
sometimes you're just unintentionally funny. But can I tell you this? This is what I was trying to say when you said that she went live on her B sector channel, because she was trying to draw in the crowd. But they frenemies. They didn't need to. They always been had a frenemy situation going on with each other. But the issue was, I guess she hurry up after YouTube cameras. You know how they doing? They starting those chain lives again. Where one got whatever, however
Yeah.
that goes. So I guess Lion Nika alligator fakes ugly bitch. she went out of turn, and she said, "But I gotta sneak in where I could get in. I'm only gonna be like an hour or some shit like that." I was back and forth, trying to catch notes for our show today. But when it was time for her to send the people over to poverty, Lemmy came and hit the link and just started having a whole conversation, and she went with it too. So she didn't have so the people stayed over there because they didn't want to hear about that new sector shit bullshit she got going on, and they continued to have the conversation. And then and I only watched that part because I'm like, it's a play. Because when they first started talking about it, both of the clumps was up there. He was in the chat. Brooke was on the panel, all excited, and they kept bringing my name up and shit. And then they was following me around, both of them. So I didn't know where that shit came out of nowhere. Performance arts, especially because they're not allowed to mention uppity in that new sector. But go ahead.
Exactly. And Nika did that quick live yesterday. Well, it was titled Quick Live, but she ended up going for over 3 hours. Nika is she's just full of shit. And then she's the only loser over there, the only loser OG that I don't even that should be stripped. You know how when in the military when you do something wrong or whatever, they might strip you of whatever medals and stuff. She should be stripped of that. Even calling herself a fucking OG, and she's going along. She's always going along with some stupid ass idea that Pizarro comes up with, and then and it's going to be another flop, just like when Pizarro tried to boycott the beef sector. That was a fucking flop. Anytime she tries to remove herself, she never really removes herself. And I will never respect her new sector until she does it on a completely new channel. But see, he has had several different channels, and I've had no problem starting over. But when we talk about Pizarro starting over, she can't do that. She has to attach herself. She wants a new sector, but she wants to still keep the beef sector cash. She wants to keep the beef sector viewership. She wants the beef sector cash to follow. So I think the beef sector should do some sort of boycott when it comes to Pizarro's bullshit. And the only dummies over there, even some of the intels aren't going along with it. But there are some dummies over there that's going to go and follow Pizarro to the pits of hell. And that's not going to lead anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And we know Nika's dumb. She's old, but she's not wise. And
Right.
she's
Mhm.
Pizarro. She just following along and shit like that. She's following whatever gravy train she thinks is gonna give her a couple of bucks. And it's just I'm just getting tired of it. I'm sick of Nika and her bullshit.
Well, she is, first of all, that alligator Nika, she is an OG opportunist, but that's nothing to be proud of. But she's no OG in any sense of the word. If you look at her history, it's about begging, scamming, and being a motherfucking victim. What part of OGs does that make you? I mean, but everybody needs OGs for different parts of life. So she's an OG opportunist, a OG beggar. That's what she is. And so that's when you say OG, you just got to learn the context of some people's um relation to the word, because that's her OGness. If you look at any history, just
And
saying.
we trying to figure out what exactly are we gonna call Pizarro's new sector? Are we gonna call it the bore sector, the snooze fest sector, the beg sector? What sector is it
Hungry,
gonna be? What'd you
the
say?
hungry sector. 'Cause that's what it is. The hungry sector. Like I would
Okay.
think she would be more focused on finding the air conditioned sector.
Uh,
In that hot ass place she lived with no AC. My God.
and I'm
Like
trying to figure
you
out. Oh yeah, the AC. Oh my God, that was so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing.
right.
And then she says to people, she's like,
ABC.
and
Go
then she
ahead.
says to people, she's like, well, why are y'all worried about my her man or whatever? He does take care of the bills. He does do this and he does do that. Well, if he does do that, bitch, then stop asking people for shit. Stop asking people, making it seem as though you don't get anything because we're thinking that he doesn't do shit for you, and that's the reason why you have to ask. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
he doesn't. Because he doesn't. Remember, she said that her man be out working. Everything she say, and like God don't like ugly. And when I tell you, people don't believe it, but it's the truth. No matter how many examples like they see of it, I don't know why they want to believe it. But karmatic energy is real. What you put out, you gonna get back. And then some people have been set up so that you're going to be blessed to see it happen in front of your face. Because people will lie about the shit that they're going through. They want to act like they ain't getting that because karma comes back to you good and bad. And they want to act like they ain't getting that bad karma that they put out here back. But no, every single fucking time, every lie that she ever told got displayed for the public to see. She's a motherfucking lie. She claimed her man be at work while she's begging, and he ain't gonna tell her what to do. Turns out they be sitting right there while he's begging for the kids hungry, and there's no AC in the car. And you're not dumb, and you so dumb. Why do you have to be told to put the window down? Like I said, 2 dead batteries can't start no car. And I'll be damned if they didn't come as a life form example of it. I mean,
Oh my gosh. And you absolutely right. I wanted to also add on to the thumbnail, me and Uppity, we are cooking beef. As you can see, that steak that's inside of the that skillet there on the thumbnail, that it would be me. And that's Uppity. We are cooking beef. Okay. Does anybody want some beef? You know where to come. You know where to go. All right. So and me and Uppity, we charge $500 per catering section. So yeah. But what I was also going to say, oh, oof, don't, oof. But yes, with Pizarro, yesterday when Pizarro did her live in the frenemy sector on the beef sector channel, because when she did her live, I kept hearing her beg Mo Better to fucking go she was like, Mo Better, I know you got it in you to do 7, at least do at least 2 or 3 lives. She was just trying to get her to do so many freaking lives. And Mo Better was like, damn, like I'm just starting. I'm starting a new channel and everything. Like, I can try. But bitch, Mo Better got a job. You don't have a job. Mo Better don't have all fucking day, bitch. She has responsibilities to do stuff or whatever. She don't have all day to fucking be on here. People have fucking work to do, Pizarro. I know you don't work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, until Trump put that in order for you to work, because you're on that government shit and stuff like that or whatever. But Mo Better has other things to do and other obligations in her life, real bills to pay. She's not living off the government, so she can't just stop whatever she's doing to fucking be on here. She was like, I know you can do 7 lives, because Mo Better was like, maybe I could do 1 or 2, and she was like, no, you could do 3 or 4 or 7, and she was like, I want you to do a live every day. I want you and Soul Sister, the one that can't even use the internet, that doesn't know how to use StreamYard. She wants her to do several lives a day. I mean several lives each day too.
He's
So
desperate.
I'm like, why are you talking to Mo Better like that? Because that's out. I like Mo Better. So I'm like,
You like
why
Mo
you?
Better too.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
like I'm like, why? And then she kept on hammering home that she can do this shit by herself. She can start a new sector by herself, and she's just, oh, I can do everything by myself. Then if that's the case, you should have started a new channel. You should have new channel, new me. That should have been the fucking energy. But no, you stayed in the fucking beach sector with those whack ass people that nobody watches. Nobody's watching Ghetto. Even if he had a channel, nobody would watch. Nobody's watching Brooke. Nobody's watching. I don't even know who that Claire lady is or whatever. Who the fuck watches Sassy? I snuck and I bought. I snuck and I bought Sassy's membership, members only, and it was only 3 of us in there. I'm not watching Sassy, so I'm just like, Sassy said of course, Sassy's following as she said she's gonna join the fucking sector too. Like, I'm like, these old ass bitches is such followers. Like, what the fuck? Like, come
Yeah,
on.
but it makes sense. If they couldn't make it in the B sector, why not go there? But at the end of the day, they got. I hope they see it was clear last night. The B sector ain't going.
Right. And the only stupid OG that's going along with it is Nika. Nika thinks she gonna get herself a payday. She was like, well, and then Pizarro said, well, if you ain't gonna get paid over here, that you can get paid over in my sector and stuff like that. And I'm like, if they're not getting paid in the B sector where the money's at, why would they get paid in the new sector that nobody really knows anything about? She's just an
And the
idiot.
leader can't afford air conditioner or basic meals for themselves. Get the fuck out of here. Like, this girl got an emergency. I can imagine all the. That's what I'm hoping. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about your emergencies no more. Please keep your begging ass over there.
And don't get me
I
started.
probably, I probably could come out with my wish list now and say, I've been ashamed. I'm like, I can't even come out with my wish list. Every time I turn around, this whole got an emergency. No, let me not blame her. I am coming though.
Right.
Oh,
And
they need to
Malik.
take RNY with them. Please tell me RNY is going. That weird ass
I
bitch.
heard something about R&Y, but I haven't I'm not sure. I'm not sure if R&Y is going or not, but
She needs to go.
anybody that
Can I?
goes over there to that bullshit is a follower. Y'all are followers and y'all are dumb. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. Whether I like you or not, it's not a smart move. Stay.
Right.
If you want to create a channel, create a beef sector channel. Do not go on that sinking ship. Don't sink in that ship
That
with
part.
Pizarro, okay? She's known to come up with bad ideas that flop very quickly. Okay, she's not a
Well,
good
you know,
idea
VS got her
person.
running. VS got her running. That's what it is. That's what this all it about. She don't want to beef with nobody. So, when it comes to real beef and somebody that she can't punch down on. Now, if it's somebody she could easily attack, like they could say the slightest thing, like Lovely Love, who has been a supporter helping her with contests, and she will ignore Lovely Love and call 88 to give her the money, but she can't call 88 at all when she's beefing. 88 will call her to her sector if she says anything wrong about Mo3 and have her mollywopped. You know what I'm saying? But she quick to jump on Lovely Loves Cancer or these older women. She's jumped the quick. But now that VS is in that ass, she want to run and get a new sector because she's a scary ass bitch. Let's be clear, ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? She tried to talk tough, but now that it's time to back that shit up and because I said and I'm guilty of this because that's what I wanted to see happen. And thank you, VS, for but because it don't take too much, VS ticky boom. But I was like, oh, she want to pop shit. She want to act like she need to be scared of 88. VS, you need to show her what you working with. And I'll be damned. VS ain't flex on that hoe. And I don't even think VS flexed that hard. And she went to first she tried to throw Lemon under the bus. That wasn't working, so she decided to join with him and run. But I think she's doing people like Mo Better. She has good relationships with a lot of people. And if she wants to start a YouTube channel, you could talk about B Sector or anything else, but B Sector will support people that they like and have a good personality. I think Mo Better is funny. She could be funny. And to me, she's a genuinely good person. You never see her in no real bullshit. But I would not let poverty stop me from growing my channel. You know what I'm saying? And I can have a more, like the lady said, a balanced channel with more people that were willing to be hit your link, but they don't want to be associated with that bum bitch and her new scams. So
Right. Right. And she's trying to say, well, she's trying to make it seem as though like this new sector is a place where any like people can like she really got that much clout to where you can go over there and
right.
you can become something. She was just saying some weird stuff, and I don't
Delusional.
even know. I
Delusional.
don't know where because I was listening to Truth Enterprise, and Truth Enterprise was calling out Pizarro, especially the way
Right.
she was talking to The Miss O. She was talking to The Miss O like The Miss O was her bitch the other day.
Because she is.
And
Because she is. We gotta be. She is Heedy, but go ahead. That's what
her
Demon
and
is a
Snoop
bit.
her and Snoop was checking the
Right.
Miss O, trying to check the Miss O about something that Talent said on her platform. Now, if somebody says something on my platform that didn't come out my mouth, you're not gonna check me about shit or whatever. But see, that goes to show you, because even Truth Enterprise was like, damn, like, look at the way why Pizarro talking to the Miss O like that and stuff like that or whatever. And I was like, wow, it was just it was interesting. And then the Miss O, of course, she's the doormat, so she just went right back over there the next day and
Right.
laid down so Pizarro could walk right over her again. And I was just like, you know what, the Miss O, this is why nobody respects you. You are older than all of us, and here you are acting so fucking dumb and helpless, like you need Pizarro and shit like that. You do
She
need
do.
people because, well, she does
She
need
do.
people because um not to mention Pizarro, I don't know what they're trying to do with Honest Row. I don't know if he's dealing with that or whatever, but we know that Demas O needs Honest Row or whatever for a show because
Absolutely.
because Demas O has a glorified panel show, and we know that, and she knows that nobody's going to hear what she has to say by herself, so she needs Honest Row on the link and shit like that or whatever to help entertain, because otherwise it's just going to be a snooze fest and it's going to be nothing but her complaining,
Right.
and he's not going to be getting to the commentary
Whining,
because she's
whining,
too
whining,
scary.
whining,
So
whining.
yeah,
She's scary and she a crybaby. And I loved how, did you see how Mute punked the shit out of her? But I don't want to get too far for that because you brought up talent. Thank you for reminding me. I had wanted to ask you about this. Did you
Mm.
hear what Talon said, and what are your thoughts?
Um, I didn't hear what did he say? I didn't hear. I only heard the after effects of when Pizarro and Snoop. I heard them being offended by whatever he said or something like that. But I don't know what he said. What did he say?
Well, what he said and how you interpret it is two different things. Well, to me, he didn't say nothing too crazy or how they made a scene, but it was a lot of factors going on with Talon did and said on that panel. It's too bad you didn't watch it. I enjoyed it. It was him where I'm paraphrasing,
If he was
but
at
he
MU,
basically
I'm not gonna watch that because I don't
no,
watch.
no, he wasn't at MU. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't like MU either. He doesn't like MU, but he said because I guess
Oh, he
Demon's
was at
O was
Demon
being
Soul. Demon Soul. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was being a she was being a fake and phony bitch towards MU, acting like she's so shocked about what MU said and did. Like MU hasn't been MU in since we know MU. You know what I'm saying? Even while MU was a crackhead, she told you, "Ho, she's better than you." She's shitting on you, bitches. She never hid that fact, even when she was on crack. So anyway,
Right.
um he basically was saying, he know MU because they was at the time I hadn't seen MU's video, but he was I guess talking about MU's video and he was like, well, MU's a coon. He was like about the Carmelo Anthony. He said, I don't think enough evidence has came out, so we got to see what's going on. And with that, and then I think Poverty has said something to him. So he was like, like I've been said from the beginning, she's like ghetto, she's trash. I've never hit that fast. She's a hood rat, a useless ass hood rat. And that's why I don't, he said, because I guess Demon Soul, she likes to complain. She hadn't seen, he was up there because she was saying that she hadn't seen him and he don't hit her link and he hit other people link, like, like he's a man and shit. And so I guess that's the initial reason why I hit the link. And he was like, well, I don't really be around anymore. He's like, you know how you take like a big hiatus and then he was like, and then you come back and you realize, damn, why am I here? I'm here again. He's like, so him not dropping down is like him slowly phasing out, but he still be in the clouds and he'll hit people links. Like I said, he likes here and there. Then Landlord came up there and they was having a discussion about the Carmelo thing, and then it went into that, and then Poverty tried to say something, and he just basically told the truth. He said she's trash, ghetto nothing, useless, and she should not be talking about any subject as it is. And he said the frenemy sector is bullshit. It's just some shit, some shit for content, but it's nothing
Oh, so
real.
once again, Pizarro gets mad when somebody else has an opinion.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I don't like about Pizarro because it's like you can have opinions about everybody, but when they
Mhm.
have an opinion about you that might not agree with whatever it is that you're doing, or it might not agree with whatever your narrative is, then you have a problem. But everybody is entitled. We're all adults. We're all entitled to have our own fucking opinions. Just like you can get on your fucking with your loud ghetto ass and shit. You can get on your thing and you can voice your opinion. Everybody deserves to be, to say whatever it is that they want to say that's on their mind. You know what I'm saying? So I never understood that about her. She's very ignorant. She's the only person that wants to be able to have an opinion about people, and that's just not how it works.
Right.
You know.
And then also because I was listening to Troop Enterprise, so because I didn't watch Poverty after that, right? Because but because see, I don't feel a need to defend Demon Soul because as y'all can see, first of all, she's a pick me. She want to be picked, and by the lowest class of people, it's like, girl, I don't know what's wrong with her self-esteem, but it's not for me to pick. She's older than me, so I can't do it and I don't want to. So when I was watching True Enterprise, she brought up a great point. She said, why didn't Poverty buy um Talent down? Because she done had men on her channel saying much work to Black women as a collective, and Talent was only focused on her. So and every time somebody drags her ass with the truth, she always want to make it a we problem. No, it's a you problem. And Talent didn't tell one motherfucking lie, as far as I'm concerned. And then, oh yeah, she was trying to say he don't support Black women. No, he doesn't support you. You invite
Right.
niggas over here that give you pennies on a dollar so they can get money out of Black women that you push your subscribers on. And you know what I'm saying? So every time she uplifts these men for 20 and $15 or just basic recognition because she's so thirsty. I've never seen a married woman so parched for male attention in my life. You would
And
think
now
she
she
get it
wants
all the
to call.
time.
And now she
Yeah,
wants to call now she wants to call Talent gay. But I wasn't
right.
calling Talent gay because I was trying to diss him. I was calling Talent gay because, I really think that. But not I mean, but I'm not beefing with Talent at this time, or I'm not
No,
beefing with him or anything
no.
like that or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, now you're gonna call him gay because he doesn't agree with you. See,
Yeah,
those
and she
are the
said she
women.
never want to be around him, and she had that man with a mind stick, and he has never not. He's always told her she was ghetto, but he basically was calling her like queen of the ghetto. I guess she didn't understand the context of what he was calling her queen or whatever. But she had him with a mind stick. She is so thirsty to be validated by any male. She doesn't either she can't read into it or she doesn't want to. It's like, hey, a win is a win in that situation. I'm same thing she did with Roman. I swear he couldn't stand her. The minute Roman started talking about she's the favorite one out of the crew, I mean, well, out of the trifecta, all of a sudden she on link. Oh, uppity, he chose me. Like, bitch, did I ever want to be chosen by Roman? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, girl, bye. If you get chosen by Lance Gross, holla at me. But until then, I don't give a fuck, bitch.
Right, right, right. And it's like I never ever needed that type of validation. Number one, because my father is in my life and my father's always been in my life. I have a
Bingo.
father. You know what I'm
Bingo.
saying? So, I always look at these girls like they're crazy, but a lot of these women are, they fatherless and shit like that or whatever. So, they looking for any type of like validation, male validation and stuff because they have never received it, in real life. So I don't know. But
Yeah, and you're gonna say talent don't support black women. Yes, he does. You see what I'm saying? Even when because mind you, I've always liked the talent. You know what I'm saying? Not like talent's raining me down with cash apps or nothing. But talent has came out and knew like, here, send me a cash app supporting your show. Great show. So he do support, and I don't sit here and have to talk about every cash app I get. And not to mention when they hear certain people give me a cash app, even Sean Bradley had to come on here like, God, yeah, like I gave uppity millions of dollars. I support a lot of people, but they get a problem when I get it. Because they hate to see a success story of you don't have to kiss ass and bow down to these useless ass bitches to get anywhere in motherfucking life. I'ma stand on being me, ho. You can't surprise my supporters and audience. They already know how I feel, and it is what it is. And I don't fuck. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. I'm not bending down to no ghetto ass bitch that can't afford an AC for her car. That's a biggest ass hypocrite that want to sit here and talk about shit that, like, I don't got time for that. It's annoying. But yeah,
I
it's
didn't know
weird.
that. I didn't know that the Tesla's ACs was acting like that. I didn't know that.
Oh, now
That's
you
really
know how to
interesting.
now she, that's another thing True Enterprise said. Her chat came up there asking, she trying to pretend she never said she had a Tesla. But they don't remember her asking for gas money. I'm like, how she need I don't even drive. And I know you're not supposed to need gas money for a Tesla. What the fuck? And she said she never said that. And then she talked about she gave it away. Like this bitch don't. Oh, she broke as
Now she gave it
hell.
away. Wow.
You know how much that car costs? Why would you just give it away? You could have
Yeah.
paid for like at least 7 or 8 of these emergencies you done had in the past 3 months. The fuck?
Yeah, something tells me if there's even a vehicle involved in Pizarro's life that there is no car payment because she has some sort of used vehicle. I promise you. It's like a used old hoopty or something like that. But what I was gonna say with Nika, Nika, of course, when she did her live the other day, that was 3 hours that she called quick live. That live that she
She
did
did
the
not
other
with
day,
poverty
it,
and
you
limit,
know,
but limit and sit. That's what I was trying to tell
but
you, Edie. You don't see the blood is in the water already for this new sector. She's supposed to be soft launching her new frenemy sector. The opportunist Nika went up there and said, "I'm about to send a live." Oh, and I think it was funny. It was let me the beginning and the end. Well, her soft launch, Nika was supposed to be redirecting the people over there to poverty. But because Poverty was supposed to be going live after YouTube camera, but she heard me went live. She said, I forgot she told me she was going live after YouTube camera, but I gotta get in here somewhere. But I'm gonna have a quick live. And as soon as she said, well, because the crowd was dying down or whatever, then Lemon come hits the link. And then they start the live all over again. And she went live. The people stayed over there. And so she gonna pretend like she wasn't gonna go live. Talking about, I gotta go. Bitch, please. every time you get embarrassed when you think people about to come learn about your new sector, all of a sudden you care about your family, bitch, and we know you be right in the chat, in the cloud, or in another troll page. Get out of here, you weird bitch. Nobody gives a fuck. Move around.
She just needs to scrap this whole idea of a new sector and just accept defeat, just like she had to accept defeat when nobody followed her when she did the boycott of the beef sector and shit like that or whatever. That was a flop. So she should just accept that this new sector is a flop as well. But when Nika did her live the other day, she all of a sudden, because it's the beginning of the month and she's looking for cash apps. All of a sudden, you
Yep.
started hearing her talking about, she was having migraines. She was experiencing migraines,
Migraine
for the past
caused
few
strokes
days.
now. I said,
Yeah.
this bitch.
And she
I said,
said,
not migraine caused a stroke. Bitch
that,
is damn near halfway.
it, she, she's
Can't take it. Go
she's
ahead.
always coming down with some sort of new something when she's looking for sympathy and she's looking for some type of a hefty cash app. And it's just like, wow, Nika, she was like, I don't know if I don't want to end up getting, one of those stroke things and stuff like that or whatever. Bitch, are you talking about an aneurysm? Are you talking about a hemorrhage? Which one are you referring to?
Uh, she
You're not
couldn't
trying to
bother
get
to
an
look it up before she
aneurysm?
begged for it. She
Then I
she
would
couldn't
then
bother to look it up.
I would suggest you lay off the ham hocks, and I would suggest you lay off anything that's going to and raise your blood pressure and also increase your hydration if you don't want to get an aneurysm and shit like that. And also lay off the cigarettes too, bitch, because that's not good for your circulation either. That actually hinders your circulation in your body. But that those type of things, Nika, if you really gave a fuck about your health, you wouldn't be smoking to begin with. No disrespect to the smokers, but I'm just saying, let's stop the
Mhm.
sympathy bullshit now. Let's stop it in its tracks because I can't
She
feel
gonna have
sorry for you if
everything
you
under
don't
the
even take care of
sun.
yourself. Yeah, because
No,
people
don't
be
bring
like,
smokers into this. She's a liar. She'll have everything under the sun that bothers her. Like she told that, oh, like, hey, what up, so fly? Yeah, YouTube hating on my notifications, but she sat there and did that. I could have a stroke through a headache done turn into a stroke, and then she after that long dry bag, and I mean that was the longest dry bag ever. Then she talking about, oh, can y'all send me some of those little thingies? Now she illiterate, been on the YouTube since its invention. Now she go like, bitch, stop it with your begging ass. But these are the people we scared of. This is your top dog. Please go away. Like I said, she's the OG of manipulation and begging and victimhood. Ugly ass bitch.
and the crazy thing was that when she was telling everybody what type of medical problems she was having, she ended up she was so busy reading the chat she was about to get back to the story of what was going on with her. She forgot her lie. She forgot what she was gonna say to what was wrong with her. I was like, what the hell? I was like, ain't nothing wrong with this lady. Like she just full of shit. She was like, and she didn't even go back to what was wrong with her or anything like that. She just kept on reading the chat and shit like that or whatever and responding to the chat. So we know Nika's full of shit. Now we know what was I gonna say with oh
Probably prepping up to have an emergency, but there was so much backlash from the last one. She trying to ease the crowd into it. But go ahead.
guess who? Well, we know two slow people well, whatever. I don't know, whatever. But two slow people. We got Catherine Powell brought her stupid ass back, and she was on Jay Wilson's platform the other day. She was on Jay Wilson's other day updating us on what was going on with her and shit like that or whatever. Like anybody gave a shit about what was going on with Catherine Powell. I don't even know if anybody was asking, except like I seen some trolls ask it what was going
No,
on with her.
if you see trolls, it was her. You know those people that swear they leave it, but then they out of nowhere some random troll pops up talking about that person over and over. It's them with they weird ass.
Yeah, and she was just like she was just giving him an update on what was going on with her and where she been at and shit like that or whatever. Oh, and and speaking of the new sector, I wonder if not Jay Wilson, I'm sorry. I wonder if Ghetto and Lemon, I mean, is he bringing his high heels to the new sector? Is he bringing his wig to the new sector? Is Lemon going to bring his wig and his high heels to the new sector? I'm just trying to figure that out. I've always said that Ghetto and Lemon be flirting with each other when they go on panels. Ghetto went on Lemon went on YouTube cameras panel to talk about Ghetto. And Ghetto went on Fagaro's panel the other day to talk about Lemon. These two dudes love each other. That's why I had them on my channel dancing with each other, because they're two undercover, all that. So it's like they have a secret. They're in love with each other. They have a crush on each other, and it's just gross. And I just wanted to say that. I wanted to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because they always go on it. They only click on the link to talk about each other, and it's getting like, it's so fucking strange. And until Lemon becomes somewhat of a man and actually comes out, we're going to continue to harp on his bullshit, because he's full of shit. And it's like, man, like, you and Ghetto have this love thing going on, and only the smart people can see that shit, and it's grossing people
Oh,
out.
exactly. It talent shaded the fuck out of Ghetto on the panel. But see, that's why I don't know how you can. I see alpha in talent. You know what I'm saying? Because the way talent be having these niggas confessing like he's a Catholic priest behind the veil, that shit was hilarious. Because when talent was talking about that situation with the Carmela, and Ghetto was like, "Yeah, not that I can." He started confessing how he's not really a voice because of the pull up he did with what's his name, the man in Detroit, dying laughing. And then Carmela was like, I mean not Carmela, Tyler was like, yeah, basically an agreement that he went to shade at him. But when I tell you, when the real West Coast men stand up, it'd be funny as fuck. When Landlord and Tyler got into it, because Landlord was trying to be cool, but why when they started talking about, I guess, having bad bitches or whatever, and Tyler said something, he was like, yeah, we see who you dated, but he was like, okay, that I guess he's talking about the Just Kristen situation, which, I like you, Just Kristen. They on her neck, and I don't like dog piling, but anyway, he would time, but so Landlord size crushed that. He was like, yeah, but let's talk about who you dated in real life. Sassy? Is that a bad bitch? And then
Oh,
baby, he went in. But talent ain't shit. The talent, you just gotta watch it. You gotta, yo, like when you have, like, that's
wow.
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm used to when I think of West Coast. Limit and that old Pulp Fiction. I just can't, like, that's not what I know when I think of West Coast men. Like, nah, that's they just not it. I can see why they have to sit online every day. But yeah, that shit was hilarious. You gotta watch it. And just do, like, I ain't gonna mention that weird bitch name, but you know the pen I'm talking about. I just skipped all the way to the part where I see talent come up. That whole segment was interesting. I'm telling you.
Oh, and let's not, man, and let's not forget the other day. Because I don't remember when we mentioned YouTube cameras and how Malik was trying to put his foot down for once when it came to Brooke, even though he never put his foot down before. He put his foot
Yeah, but he
down,
was
and
with
he,
it in the first place. That because people are shitting on it. They flip floppers. They gonna go with the crowd. But go ahead.
well, the thing is that he tried to put his foot down on YouTube cameras the other day and saying, well, I'm not going to, I don't, Brooke ain't going over to that new sector. She ain't doing this and she ain't doing that. Only for Brooke to put more egg on his face during Pizarro's live yesterday, and she said, F Malik, basically said, F Malik, I'm going where I want to go. Forget what Malik is talking about. And I'm like, lady, like, even if you wanted to go to another sector, stop undermining your husband in front of everybody. That is just so fucking disrespectful, man. Why you keep doing that? You
I mean,
know?
she was on backstage in real life. Like, I don't know what y'all expect. Difference on like, online.
How much egg on Malik's face is he gonna get? When Brooke was out there being a slut, he
Right.
had egg on his face. When Malik was out, when then Malik tried to lay the law down yesterday and said, my wife ain't gonna do this, my wife ain't gonna do that. Next thing you know, Brooke says a whole nother story, and it says, she F that, I want to be a part. Of course, Brooke is another what y'all call, whatever, pick me or something like that.
Yeah.
So she's another one. She's another one that needs to belong somewhere. Ain't nobody going to watch her debates. Ain't nobody going to watch her show. We didn't
Show
watch
that
it
she
in this
stole from me.
sector.
The debate, well, hold on. The debate show that she stole from me. I wonder what they're gonna do, especially when they But like I said, the only debate successful show she has because other people had to help her. But that's neither here nor there. But they both weirdos. Are they trying to create a storyline? Like I said, don't forget how they try to come in this sector with a fake baby. Both of them niggas is weird. And who will
Well,
respect the nigga? Pills told him it's about time he trying to be a man because Pill did tell him the other day he's tired of being head of the household because she always call him on the phone with emergency for a bill.
oh my gosh. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Um and
Yep.
then Malik, I that's why I said I hope he was joking when he was like, Brooke needs to get paid. She needs to get paid in order to, she needs to get paid in order to, be able to go over to the new sector. And I was like, that has to be a joke because that has to be a joke. That has to be a joke.
ATS ATS Judy said who was paying her in the B sector? For real
Well,
though. Like don't act
but
like
that's what I'm
nobody
saying.
watching you.
The gravy, Brooke better be nice to Malik because the gravy train in the beef sector has ran out because they're getting. I mean, Brooke has scammed her last scam in the beef sector when with the whole thing with her lying for with a teeth situation
Right.
with her make the baby situation. She still ain't paid that lady back her $50 and shit like that or whatever. Money bags Brooke. She
Yeah,
says that she has money.
but don't forget the Umar section. She went begging over there, but this time she tried to take her begging behind the scene. Pill said she was sending like pictures, flirting, trying to be like trying to be wifey on the phone, and tell her acting like he the man telling her problems. So Pills was sliding her a couple hundred, and they was over here flexing like they was pimping him, and got over 2K, and apparently he was only a couple $100. So they done fucked up a lot of damn scams.
Well,
Yeah, and I think that's another. This might be cleanup because he looked at crazy. Everybody was like, he looked crazy. He always looked at crazy. He never looked at normal. What the fuck is y'all watching? But okay.
right. And then Pizarro was like, if Pizarro was basically saying she ain't paying for shit. She said that, if Malik and she said Malik don't control Brooke, which Brooke proved that yesterday. And then she said Brooke controls Malik. And she said that she said it was actually Brooke and Sassy's idea to want to go over to the new sector, to the boar sector, to the beg sector, to the charity case sector. She said that was Brooke's idea to want to go over there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
wouldn't be
Brooke
surprised.
wants
Yeah.
to start back her eviction university. Brooke wants to start back her eviction university and on her channel. And I don't know who wants to watch that, but hey, more to the people who wants to see her university. I don't know what she's gonna be teaching, but
Hey, Nisi Boo. Yeah, like she should be well versed in eviction court at this point, but I don't know because they say getting evicted. Well, maybe they have figured out because they did bring in top of the year of eviction, but I do believe they had a shelter. But yeah, I don't know what she would talk about. Like
let
nobody
me let
enjoys
me
her dick riding. I
let
don't.
me
Go
help
ahead.
somebody out. Because I seen some stuff. I was watching I seen Jay Dunn's live or whatever. Cause I be watching her lives like to get caught up on, see what's going on over there and see like what's going on. Cause she usually gives like a rundown, you know. But I don't know, like I was hearing some stuff. When I seen Rick Reed up there and I seen Ken up there, and I was like, I was just and I didn't understand where that angle was going or whatever with the commentary. So I'm like, okay, so let me figure it out before I react. So I'm just going to sit back because I'm gonna see what angle, where we're going with that, with the comment that was made over there regarding myself. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just going to, and then if it wasn't made to be offensive, if it wasn't made
What
to
was
be
the
offensive,
comment?
um, well, They were talking about the beef sector, this and beef sector that or whatever, and they was talking about, well, he said something to the effect like that Heat like paid to was Heat the only person that came over here and paid and to come over here. First of all, the only thing that I paid for when it came to Pizarro was for her to share my shit out because I was new and I did not, obviously, when you're new and stuff like that or whatever. But one thing about it is that he has talent that uh y'all don't have. Let's remember that shit or whatever. Heat brings more numbers. My last live had more numbers than your last live, Rick Reed. If we want to talk about numbers, if we want to talk about talent and stuff like that, my very last live that I did carry more numbers than your last live. So I don't know what angle you was coming at saying that shit, because at the end of the day, I do better than you do. And my channel's more entertaining than your channel, period. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and Ken, I don't have no problem with Ken and shit like that or whatever, but Ken, you're not even on my level when it comes to content creation. You're not. You don't even get the numbers that I get when I go live and shit like that or whatever. So I don't know, sometimes Ken, you really give me like you're a follower. You give me that energy like you a follower, nigga, because you just go along with shit. You don't stand on your own. And then when people don't go along with what you want them to go along with, you get a fucking attitude and shit like that or whatever. But my thing is, if I'm not around and I'm not talking about you, Nick, like you, if I'm not talking about y'all, like just be careful. Be careful. That's all I'm gonna say with that situation or whatever. Because I was like, well, what you trying to? Because we were vibing. You know what I'm saying? Everything was good when I was talking to Rick Reed and shit like that. So I don't know what that had to do with anything and shit like that or whatever. Because I more than I most definitely earned my keep around here and shit like that more than a lot of y'all, that's been here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what is and there's so many people where sharing somebody out is not going to guarantee that people are going to come over to their live. So clearly I bring something that makes people want to watch when I go live and shit like that or whatever. So I mean, and clearly you have you even recognize that when you was on Pizarro's platform, Rick Reed, you recognize that I do bring numbers when I do decide to do a live, when I do decide to have my channel up and shit like that or whatever. So I'm not gonna be dealing with no flip flop and shit. Either we cool or we not cool. But I need to know what side of the fence that you're on, so I'll know how to deal with you. But I need to know what side of the fence that you're on, and then we can proceed from there. You know what I'm saying? Because last time I checked, I haven't been over I haven't been around. So there was no reason for why am I being mentioned? Because you, Jay Dunn, none of y'all, and not even Ken, because he wasn't even like really in the conversation. But I'm saying none of y'all validate me and my existence over here and shit like that or whatever. Y'all can say who's this and who's that or whatever, but I've already had people that's higher on the hierarchy than both of y'all tell me what I am when it came to me being over here and shit like that or whatever. I've heard it from Treasure. I've heard it from VS. I've heard it from Nika. I've heard it from people that don't even like me. Okay, tell me what I am and how I solidified myself over here, how I made a name for myself over here. So y'all little metrics that y'all doing over there of who's B sector and who's not, I don't get involved in that stupid ass kitty middle school shit. You're in my clubhouse, you're in the clubhouse, you're in my clubhouse. I don't got time for that. It's the dumbest shit. That lets me know, like, do y'all even have lives? Do y'all have lives over there? That's what I be really thinking about. Like, cause this shit's not that, it ain't that fucking serious. Y'all know who's B sector and who's not B sector, and I'm not judging myself on none of y'all metrics. I do enjoy to watch Jay Dunn's platform and enjoy to watch her commentary and shit like that. But I was just like, damn, like I was trying to enjoy the show, and I was like, well, why are they bringing? Why am I being mentioned? Shit, because he then brought more to the table than a lot of y'all in recent years. I brought more to the table. Like, what are we talking about? Like the only thing you can do on your channel, I do graphics, I do videos, I edit videos. I don't do that. I don't really do AI. I'm not an AI person. I'm the Photoshop. I'm the Pro Tools. I do that shit by myself. So I actually have a real talent and shit like that or whatever. I know how to do certain stuff. You, on the other hand, only thing y'all do is run y'all mouths and shit. I'm not talking about Jay Dunn, but I'm saying only thing you do on your platform is just run your mouth. Everybody has that capability. That's not a fucking talent. So it's like, but nah, none of y'all will never ever. Y'all don't validate shit over here. Y'all don't validate me. Y'all don't validate Uppity. Y'all don't validate Dimples. Y'all don't validate anybody in within this fucking sector and shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And give people they props when they're due. That's my energy. Whether you like somebody or not, you can't deny what I done brought to this fucking table. You done already complimented me on what I brought to the table, Rick Reed. So let's not be like, so pick a side of the fence that you want to be on, because I'm not one of those people that you gonna be cool with one day and then the next day you acting funny and shit like that or whatever. If you don't fuck with me, show me that you don't fuck with me. But don't be phony with me and shit like that or whatever, because I don't play those type of games. And I went after every person in this fucking sector, every man in this sector and that includes Treasure. I done went after everybody. So I'm not afraid of nobody around here. So that's why I said I need to know what side of the fence you're on, so that I know where to proceed. But like I said, I'm not even around. I don't have a channel up and stuff like that or whatever. But things can always change. But I don't have any desire to do content right now, because the content's so trash. Y'all talking about middle school, elementary shit and stuff like that or whatever. Who's B sector and who's a part of this club and who's not part of this club. This is so fucking stupid. It's so fucking minute, so dumb to me. I would never ever do commentary on this stupid ass shit that y'all sat up there and did commentary for 3 hours for. I would never do that. I got better things to do than that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That shows me like y'all niggas, y'all really don't have no lives. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to say that or whatever. Like this shit validates these motherfuckers. This shit don't validate me. And I still do better than these motherfuckers. I still do better. So it's like it's just really sad. I just wanted to say that.
Well, since you brought it up, my thing about this, like to me, just being honest, I don't know how anybody gets to thinking anything Tricky Ricky Red like Reed has to say is valid. But like I said, to me, as far as like this B sector thing, I do think there needs to be some boundary put in place. But I feel like the reason the handbook was done is because we all know Jay Dunn she's very sensitive and has a need for inclusion. Because if you didn't have a problem, like to me, I wouldn't have, I mean, everybody's supposed to know the hand rules, but even them saying stuff like, which is weird to me because she was like, kids can be dragged, but you can't talk crazy about the gay community. Excuse me? Like you sound dumb as hell. And none of the OGs that allowed that. Even some of the things is like people it's like some people it's like trying to be validation included when she was like you got to be able to hold 200 people in your chat if the she's is hot. Jay Dunn, you couldn't hold anybody in your chat no matter what was going on from the beginning to the end. That's why I even told you you're not OG. And to me it's not a numbers thing because there are some people that were here from the beginning and they are absolutely OGs and they may not have like all the numbers but they have a solid base no matter what they do or what they got going on, their people are going to be there and support them and they're not going against them. That's what to me what makes like B sector. There are some, of course, there are bigger characters that y'all all may know, like the Sean Bradleys and the VS and you know what I'm saying, and whatever. So and Fabe and James or whatever. So yeah, those were like to me the main heavy hitters. But there were a lot of people there within that crew. They was able to go out and make their own stuff, like see like the Deanna. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And they keep their people. That's what makes you be sector. And I do believe that you have to be born and raised here, because you can't say nobody else could come in. No, as long as you come in on B sector standards, like you saying, you don't have no selective smoke, because a lot of these people are being initiated to the B sector because they kiss somebody ass, and that's not how they go. They want people, these 2.0, that's why they call themselves the 2.0, because I guess their conscience was getting to them. There's nothing B sector about them. Like there was you just had to be there to experience. And that's why Jay Dunn would get mad at me, but it's true. You are not an OG. When it was popping, you did not fit in, not even amongst the younger girls. If you want to talk about the younger girls, it was Billie Jean, Mimi, Check and Fake Hopes. That was basically it. Computer Back was nobody back then. BS used to be online giving her online grooming tips. She be going live talking about her shower. Like Rick Reed was not counted. He had to pretend to be black. He was pretending to be black. He was coming online harassing women and children. When B sector got into it with other sectors, he was hitting links being a B sector op. So when you got to say OG, say with content, I think what it is with Jay Dunn, these people with the quote unquote frenemies, and then it worked for people that's too heavily invested. Oh, I want to show that I'm a big dog here. So, but who would you ever get to the panel? Rick Reed? He's a nobody. And he knows he's a nobody. In his 2.0, he really think he's an OG. That's why he tried to do a B Sector Summit. Who talked about it? Nobody. Rick Reed was the only one that was volunteering to go to Sassy B Sector Summit. That shows you how thirsty and desperate he is. I don't know why he having y'all confused, but he ain't never been nothing but a bitch ass nigga to me. That's a hypocrite and scary. And you know what I'm saying? And one thing we know, this sector has always been like, how you say, male is like, a lot of males get a lot with always have been that way. You see what I'm saying? With the males,
Right.
but he never one of those. He only got a come up because all the people that was running, that was really getting the shit going from the big to small channels, like they would go to a small channel before him, and he knows that. So ever since people that matured and went their own separate way, but they still keep their people. Some people went outside and made bigger things. Some people doing bigger things in real life, but they could pop up. But he's never been one of those. And his B sector summit told you everything. And like I said prior to that, when Delusional Sassy, who's not even from B sector, your Avatar Nation, how the fuck you think you're gonna do a B sector summit? There are certain things only James could do. The only person that could do that summit outside of James, I'm sorry, is the king, and we already know he don't give a fuck. James is too busy right now. He got a travel channel now. When I saw James had a travel channel, I fell out. It's like, anyway, but so even the OGs still got
Wait,
shit going. But like I said, Nika's not
he
an
got a
OG to
travel
me.
channel.
Yes, I saw that when I shared the video. He only had like 68 views. Now the video is like over
Wow.
one something K. But yeah, he's obsessed with the king. So for those people that literally like to debate and act like Sean Bradley and James is on the same level, never, never. James was a mean girl, but he was up there. Like James didn't come in on some, like, at first he used to act like he was above it, but he was one of the big players at the time when shit was moving and shaking and
Oh
popping.
yeah, definitely. I really
And he
do
was
feel
holding the
like
number direct with traffic. Jay Dunn was never that on any
I,
level. That's why I don't call her OG. So that's why this situation would affect her to make a handbook and include people that wasn't even around. They didn't even have the year right. Look in the comments. I'm telling her it was 2018 as an OG subby. But I came in through Wally, and like I came when it organically came together. But I've been knowing about Sean Bradley and all of them type from the black YouTube. But Jay Dunn did that out of hurtness. It's nothing to even care about. Like, I know that punk. I don't fuck with him. That tragic mulatto better not say shit about me again. I know that shit. And he gonna run. And I wasn't even coming to him. I was going to address Hershey. That nigga know he can never press me because he already see last time. And then he took him out. He even lied about having a dad in his life. This nigga mom living in a trailer house full of trash. He's ugly. Nothing. His whole family ain't got shit going on. And
I
he's a
mean,
punk. He like
my
child
thing
please.
my thing is that I didn't have no issue. I didn't have no issue because we never had a back and forth or anything like that. So I was just like I was just taken back by, that
That's what he
comment when he was up
do.
there. when he was up there on Jay Dillon's platform, and I was like, well, why the fuck am I being mentioned in this bullshit or whatever? Because
Right.
like if we really want to do the metrics and shit like that or whatever, I brought a lot. I mean, the past 5 years, I brought way more scandals and all different types of shit to the table than you have. Rick Reading, you're not even consistent. You don't really get that many numbers. People don't really
Well,
watch you like that. If we really want to be real about it, you can never validate me because I do better than you. If we really want to be real about that shit, I do better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my last live got more numbers than your last live. So what we talk, and I don't even have my channel ain't even up anymore. And then all that shit's by choice. See, I'm not a Pizarro. I don't have to carry my channel over to the next. If I'm starting something new, I'm going to start a brand new channel. I'm not going to have a B sector channel and then try to do something on pottery or do something on fragrances or do something, a different type of channel. I'm just using that as an example. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to start over. You know what I'm saying? And I do very well. I know how to do this. I know how to put my channel into the algorithm. I know how to put my channel to where you're going to see me on the home page and shit like that or whatever, or you're going to be able to type in my name and my name's going to come up. I know how to do this. I know how to do it very well. So, it's not even a situation. I wasn't saying that to slight Jay Dunn because I like I said, I'm watching her shit. I watch her stuff. I'm seeing what she's got going on. Me and Jay, I'm not beefing with Jay Dunn, but I was talking about that comment that he made. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, what the fuck? Like, wait, didn't you just give me a compliment on my numbers and shit like that or whatever? Like, which one is it gonna be? Because I don't do that fake shit. So I need to
You
know.
must not watch my videos. Every black woman that he has ever dealt with, well, you're biracial, so I thought maybe he would treat you a little better, but every time when dealing with, especially with black women, he has shitted on all of them to the highest extent and always for no reason. So, he has a hitter and passer. Deanna is the only one I have not seen him done that to with good reason. You know what I'm saying? Because here everybody knows how Deanna is. So, but outside of Deanna, he has shitted on all of them. But that sourpuss wetback bitch, you see how he treat her. He don't even respect black women children. I don't see how anybody deals with that weirdo. But who am I to judge? Everybody deserves friends.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's whichever way it needs to go, it can go that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm whatever. But I thought it was on some we was cool. I thought it was a cool, not cool like we cool or whatever, but I thought it was like a cool, situation. I watched what he got to say. I see what stuff he got going on. He's seen what I have going on when I do have a channel up and stuff. I watch anybody who got something to say, most of the people, but I also wanted to add, because I have to say this, and we are trans.
Hold on, Edie. Not your weird ass came in my chat, ban and remove. Let me
Who?
take a screenshot of her being banned and removed.
Who?
That tragic mulatto. He told you to come over. I banned and removed his ass. I
Come
know he
over
not in my chat.
over to where?
I guess he mean his chat.
Oh, I mean, come over for what? I'm not coming over there for what?
It's the fact that he thought he could summon you. I was gonna let you handle that anyway. I wasn't removed because I was worried about it. But he don't have the right to be in my motherfucking chat.
My name ain't Pizarro. I'm a leader. Nobody tells me what to do. I run my own show in real life and offline and online as well. Nobody tells me what to do. But anyways, when back to the commentary and stuff. So because I'm just trying to see where what. But before we move on from that or whatever, like I said, I was under the impression that me and Rick was on a good note. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that we was on a bad note. But it was just like I was thrown off by that comment that he made on Jay Dunn's, because I was trying to go and I was trying to enjoy what they was talking about. I wanted to see what they were talking about, and I did, and I do enjoy their perspective on whatever B sector was not, even though that shit doesn't validate anything or whatever. But I enjoy hearing different perspectives. I enjoy hearing different opinions. But things can always go another route, and it's like, why do that if I haven't been around, if I haven't been beefing with you, bothering or any of that shit, neither one of y'all, and I'm just enjoying the commentary like everybody else. Why bring me up in a
Yeah, right.
negative
He
light?
brought up my name the other
And I
day
was
in his
paying Pizarro. Pizarro never got no other. Well, actually, I did give her $30 on her birthday that 1 year or whatever. But after she stopped sharing me, after I didn't need her anymore. After I didn't need her anymore, the payment stopped, and I closed down my Cash App. Got closed down and shit like that. I closed it out because there was no reason for me to have it. And Pizarro
Oh, you
started
can be.
talking crazy and
Wait,
shit,
hold on.
thinking that
Keep
she
that
was
point there.
entitled. Huh?
Right. No, and only that. Like he in True Enterprise, shout out to the juke joint. She said something interesting the other day because she calls it the hungry second. I have to agree. I don't think I can come up with a better name. She said, remember poverty said no straight man on my panel. Ain't no straight man can get on my panel. When was that? Back when she was talking to whole bulldagger, you know how she talk or whatever. Remember when she was out
Yeah.
there talking with he, no straight man could be on her panel. And then when that money dried up, all the men could come. Think about it. He pimping her.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
She said,
So
she
it,
said, she was
it
like, you
so
remember? Because I remember that. Remember, y'all, she was talking about moving with you. So it was they can't act like that wasn't one way. She used to put love songs on her community. It was weird. Like,
it,
it was weird.
Jay Dunn still has a video. She still has a live that's called I think Pizarro's in the closet, y'all, where she was talking about me and Pizarro's dynamic. Like all y'all got to do is type that in. Like it's one of my favorite lives that Jay Dunn has done on her channel. You know what I'm saying? So whether I deal with people or not,
I even
I
pointed it
can
out. You pointed
acknowledge
it
it.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when you used to come around and she'll be having a mind sick? You had to let her know, like, to not try to, like, it was weird how possessive she was acting. Just weirdo
We're not
behavior.
gonna ever forget about Pizarro's dyke past, and she wants to make it seem as though now she's trying to, be all up on the dudes and stuff like that or whatever. But girl, like, yeah, you don't forget we used to talk behind the scenes for 3 hours on end. You know, whenever we needed to have a conversation and talk and stuff, and you did describe what your body looks like to me that I didn't even ask for you to describe. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna go into. I mean,
Wait,
it
hold
just
on. He was over there trying to have internet foreplay with you. That sounds so like.
I don't know, man, but it's crazy. It's crazy, but but yeah, but my thing is, I wanted to say this for
Hold
anybody.
on. Hey, Barbara Warren. She said, "Good morning, Uppity." So he had desires. You must mean you talking about a piece of poverty? Yeah, she did, Barbara Warren. I used to talk about it all the time. I used to use true Israel. She used to call them thruple. I'm telling you, when they used to be live, when they used to like have an argument on her panel, she would start putting these songs. Some of them I knew, some of them I didn't, but they were always like sensual bass songs. It was like not a straight woman song. You know how you beefing with somebody, you might put like a little maybe Nicki Minaj verse or some R&B song. Basically, it's like fuck bitch, or like how I take your man. Hers was like lovers quarrels type song. She used to do it all the time, like clockwork. I found a lot of great, mad at him songs through her and heated argument. I ain't gonna lie, she got good taste when she mad.
Well, so when but I wanted to say this or whatever also, like, I mean, I want to say this as well. Like, I don't ever want people to be confused, because I hear people that live off of women. I hear people that
Thank you,
live
same to
off of,
you.
huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, she said have a great summer. I said thank you, saying to her. Duh.
I, I if you live off of a woman, you can't talk about people like Lemon if you live off of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because both scenarios are loser scenarios. You look like a loser either way. If you're not the breadwinner in the situation, then you are a fucking loser. You're a loser.
Right.
And you're a man,
Well, no,
you're
you're
a
not losing.
fucking
It depends
loser.
on the. Oh, wait, hold on, because I believe a man supposed to protect and provide for women. So it depends on what ways you want to go in life. You know what I'm saying? There are certain things a
But
house husband.
but
I
but
personally couldn't
but
do
it
it.
be
I wouldn't
people that
respect a
be
man.
but it be people
Go
that
ahead.
live off of women
Oh, I
and
see what
they
you mean.
talking
Oh, in that way.
and they
Okay, okay. I see what you're
right,
saying.
and
Yeah,
they're
yeah. Okay.
talking about and they talk about Lemon. You can't talk about him if you don't have a job and you're not providing. You're not the breadwinner. Not
Right.
even providing, but you're not the breadwinner of your
Right.
household.
Right.
And the woman is
Right.
the breadwinner. You can't talk about him
Yeah.
because you look stupid. I could talk about Lemon because I make more. I weigh
Right.
more than him, but. And I provide for myself, but
Yeah, you have to
and
have
everything's in
standards.
my
You,
name. Let's remember
that's
that.
why I like
But
you. I like that about you, and that's why to be cool because I feel like you have to have standards before you. It grinds my gears when people talk about the shit that they. And that's what makes it be projection. How dare you when that's who the fuck you are? How dare you? And then when you point that out to these type of people, they act like you're just the worst person in the world. It's like, ugh. Exactly. Up, a man has to be ahead of his woman. Is how. Yeah, I agree. But go ahead, PD. So yeah,
because
that
I
grinds my
heard
gears. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Go ahead.
Cause I heard Ken, he was saying like we was talking about Lemon's living situation, and I was like, well, don't you live off of a woman yourself?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like that doesn't make any sense.
and that's yeah, that's true. Like, and there's so many women that do that, and then a lot of people are like, that's why I don't like they be so mad at me because they cannot make me feel down because like I'm a stay at home mom. I'm like, first of all, if you so independent, why can't you find an independent man? Fuck is going on with you? But I'm not judging your situation. Clearly, you're not happy in your situation because it probably don't feel natural and right to you. Like I get it. Some people are into that, but that's not me. You're not gonna shame me while you take care of a grown ass man. It be women in the comments that sit there and support Lemon sleeping in his mama house, no job, no future, not even trying to get one, and want to come crazy at me, but think lemon is the best thing since sliced bread. Get the fuck out of my face, you hating ass whore. I already know what the root of your fucking problem is, and I'm gonna point it out every time because that's the only solution that makes sense. Unless you give me more details, so I can tell you more what your problem is. But you ain't making me upset. I'll tell you that much.
No, no, no. I think that they was right, and I agree with that. And then and also I don't know if you heard yesterday on YouTube cameras, Lemon called Talent a coon, and he said that he wants to
What?
be white. He said that Talent wants to be white, and Talent is a coon. That's what Lemon called Talent. I forgot to tell you that.
Oh wow! No, I did not hear that part because I was in and out of YouTube cameras. And that's one of the replays I got to check up. But you got it. I am shocked. I am shocked that Lemon went there because remember the last time I think him and Tyler first got into an argument, and they was like, "Lemon, we know you got a picture. You got a picture." And then Lemon was like, "I don't got no picture. I don't got no picture, but I could describe him. I could describe how he looks to you. I could tell y'all everything. I know everything. Since he want to say this and that, watch this. I know everything." So Tyler came on somebody panel. I forgot who it was, but he was like, "Yeah, I just want to say," because they were trying to talk to Tyler. Like, hold on. I just need to say this real quick. If you say anything and I mean anything, I'll fuck up your whole fucking life. And I'm not playing with you. Like he went in, then I think it was Poverty Panel, and then Lemon came up there and they were trying to ease it on up there, like trying to make it in a nice way. And then Talent hit them like he was like, nah, that's what I said. They're not lying to you. I said that I'm gonna fuck up your whole life. Go live and mention me or anything about how I look and see what happens to you. I'm not playing with you. And Lemon went live and didn't say a motherfucking word. So if he said this shit, let me go on and get that clip so I can put it on my Instagram and tag Talent because it's time for your ass to go to war. Hold on.
Eh, eh, eh,
F15, you are correct. No matter how ambitious a male, until he is truly the king of his own castle, self-actualization exists. All facts,
right,
Adrian Boo. She been here preaching.
right.
What up, Vic Damone?
And and
Go ahead.
if I see Octavius one more time in those
Oh
Kmart
my
bootcut
God.
jeans, in those Kmart bootcut jeans, I am going to snap. I'm gonna snap. You know what I'm saying? Because I just can't take it. And I wanted to ask you something, uppity, because this is for the books and this is for the record. What color is MU supposed to be to everyone? Because last time I checked, MU is a black woman. So why do y'all be talking to MU like she's
He's not
biracial?
black.
Like we didn't
First
see
of
those.
all,
She's
no,
black.
no, no. You talk about her kitchen. You talking about her kitchen? It's
Yeah,
plenty of
she's black.
mixed.
She's not.
Yeah.
She's not mixed. That woman is not mixed, like, guys. Like, y'all need to stop talking about MU like she's some helpless. The girl's from the Midwest. She's not even She's not even
Sassy
from
Blue.
California. She's from the Midwest,
Really?
a loser town in the West. She's from Wisconsin, or yeah, she's from what Wisconsin or something like that in the Midwest. I mean, please, like, is she's a black woman. Nobody looks at her as anything else. I don't know what y'all are. I mean, I know she tries to act like she's this helpless 20-year-old, but this is a 50-year-old woman we're talking about. Like, she looks really stupid. She's like the same age. It's almost like her and Demon So is in the same age bracket. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Like, they're both
well, Demon Soul said they
Generation X.
salt and pepper. When she said that was, oh yeah, when I used to be salt and pepper, I said she named her and MU salt and pepper. Bitch, I fell out.
Oh, and Malik and Ghetto. Malik and Ghetto, please stop
Oh my
calling.
God, please.
Please stop calling ZX old man when you guys are old men too. Y'all all are in y'all 50s. Y'all all are in the
Right.
same peer group. So y'all look stupid calling ZX old man when y'all old men too. Y'all old man to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are not. Y'all
Me
are in
too,
y'all
shit.
50s. You guys are in your 50s. Y'all all in the same peer group. So you, Ghetto and Malik, look stupid calling ZX old man when y'all are in y'all peers. You know what I'm saying? It's just really stupid. Y'all gotta be you gotta be smarter than that. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto, you've got to be smarter than that. And Malik, do your best.
So Fly said you can tell by her nose she black. Well, listen, that's what I was trying
And
to
those
say.
naps.
Listen, hey,
Those naps.
hey, hey. I'll say this.
She's not.
When MU first came around, I did not know her when she first came around. I mean, when I first seen MU was way outside the beat sector years ago, like in the conscious community with like Sinetta and them. So you know what I'm saying, I seen her over there first. And so when I met her again over here, it was kind of interesting. But she, from my understanding, she introduced herself from being from the Latin community, and there is such a thing as
Oh,
like
please.
Afro Latina or whatever, because there's only 3 races, really only one. Black people set that shit off, but now scientifically, they're recognized as three races, which is black, white, and Asian. So everything of that is like a submixture of that, just so people know. But in her mind, I think she identifies as like a white Latina. But yeah,
She
they
ain't no
feed
black.
into it.
That girl black. She black. She another.
But
She
you said she's
another.
not even from the West Coast. I didn't know that. I thought she was from the
No,
West
she's not
Coast.
from the West Coast. No, she's from the Midwest. Okay, she's not even from California. Let's be real. She's from Wisconsin. Who lives in Wisconsin?
But so you think she's trying to be like a modern day white passing? You think that's what her judge is now? That's what you're
Yeah,
saying?
I mean, cause I really be confused when people be talking about her like she's from like she's mixed or something like that, and I'm like, that girl is not
That's what she
mixed.
identifies as. She identifies as mixed, I guess. You know.
I'm sure she does, cause she's a self-hating Negro that dates a white man, but
No,
she
she
is
loves Brad Penis though. You know, her biggest
well,
love was Don Cato.
but not
And
but
I don't know
not
what
but
Don
not
Cato
enough.
got going on in the bedroom, but I don't
But
want
not
none of that
enough to
shit.
create babies with. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing. We
Oh,
don't get me started on
yeah.
now.
But I didn't know you didn't like MU. I didn't know. I don't think we ever even talked about her.
No, it's not.
But
I mean, it's not that I don't like her. It's just that, like, cut the crap, lady. Cut the crap.
right,
Just gotta cut the
exactly,
crap.
exactly.
And because you're a black woman. And these crackers out here look at you as a black woman. They don't give a damn of what. They don't ask you, "Oh my God, are you from Bangladesh? Are you Indian? Are you a Latino? Oh my God, you guys don't get to sit in the back of the bus." No, no, nigga, everybody who has some brown on their skin, has melanin on their skin, we all get thrown into the same fucking pot. So let's just stop. And not even that, but MU was a black woman. So I don't know why y'all be acting like she just this white girl that don't know what the fuck. And you know about chicken wings. She know about all the black stuff. She know about black culture because she's a black woman, and we seen those naps. We ain't gonna never forget her and Kimmy got the same heritage going on. So when I was
Lord,
gonna say,
leave Kimmy alone. Kimmy been minding her business. Leave Kimmy alone.
fuck her too, and hell with her too. But and who else was because I was gonna do something else. Uh oh my god. Oh, and here we are. Goosey popped his buckshot head back out from Lemon's channel, and which only confirms to everybody that he does not have a life, he does not have a job. Had to
He
be
never
in
left.
your 20s to and no money, of course, to be in your 20s and to have nothing going for
Allegedly.
yourself but gossip. No
Mm-hmm.
career, no place of your own, no car. And he has all of this time with no car, no place of his own, like Lemon. So that's probably why they get along. Two losers
Mm-hmm.
to sit on here and gossip. You got way too much time on your hands to not be doing something with your life. You know what I'm saying? In your
He aspires
20s.
to be like Lemon. He aspires to be like Lemon. The ability to just sit around all day, wait on Cash App, drive around, get some food, get some drink, come back and just sit and gossip and think you succeeded in life. He expired. That's why he was hating on him so bad because he wants to really be in his place. And he never fucking left. And I hope he better not have mentioned me with his weird PDF ass. Can't stand him. But he never left. If y'all believe for 1 second
Yeah,
he left, y'all.
he doesn't have a fucking life and nothing going for himself. He's just a liar. He's just a fucking liar. And I already knew he was broke. Cause how you gonna make money when you sitting on your ass all day playing video games? And then his mother
Right.
enables him. His parent, whoever he's living with, enables him because they're not making him become something of himself. They're
Right.
allowing him to be a fucking loser, just like Lemon's mother allows him to be a fucking loser and shit like that. So you can't really get mad at him sitting around eating, Cheerios, talking to us all night. You can't really get
They both
mad at
must
him.
be. The only thing to conclude from this is they both are special needs. I don't want to believe no mother just gonna let their son sit around and waste their life like that. But it
Oh, I've
seems
seen
like they
it.
have an ability to do something. Like it's not like they're the type of special needs where they have no choice but to live at home and never work. Clearly, they could do something. So I would never let
Man,
my
I've
grown son, regardless of
seen.
the issue.
I know. I've seen people. Like people, I had like there's been like there's always like people like when I was in high school. There's this guy who he has special needs. He has a job. He's been having a job ever since we graduated. He's had a
Right.
job. He's maintained a job. He has his own place and everything like that or whatever. Also, there's I seen people that had in wheelchairs that have jobs and shit like that or whatever. What is your fucking excuse to why you're not making nothing of yourself? And then Lemon lives right across then there's the college right across the street where he
Right.
could have got some credentials. Like just a
Hmm.
fucking loser. Just suck. You know what I'm saying?
But that
These people suck. And then we wonder why. I don't want to be around and I don't want to give commentary. Look at the losers we're talking about. That don't do shit but
exactly.
bring like the energy down and stuff like that or whatever. I don't have time to talk about any of these fucking idiots. Talk about Pizarro and her new sector and shit. We come live every now and then and shit or whatever. And Pizarro, last time, remember when she was cussing us? I remember she was cussing us out, and she was talking about numbers. Bitch, me and Uppity just go live off the strength of going live. We go live because we like to have conversations. We're not chasing no fucking numbers because if we really want to, if we really want to do the number thing, we could do that.
That part, and at the end of the day, if numbers meant that much to me, I'll pretend to like your ass. Because remember, I told all of them to get the fuck away from me. So it's not a situation where like you were doing something. If any, and you're doing me a favor because I want my page to be built organically. That's why I said the bitch ain't B sector. B sector is built organic. That's how you get a true following and support system. I don't want nobody over here that's only over here because I'm dealing with so and so, but you don't like me and you ain't gonna fuck with me if I'm not fucking with a certain person. Bitch, fuck you. Because I can't roll like that. And bitch, you see where your numbers go the minute you stop talking about B sector, bitch. But if you had the support and numbers that you thought you had, you wouldn't have all these emergencies, and you damn sure wouldn't need the new motherfucking sector. You would just move along with your original crowd. No announcement needed. But you
I mean,
already know what it is, bitch.
look at
Go
the
ahead.
Miss O. She uses Honest Row for numbers because she can't maintain the chat by her fucking self. She can't talk, do commentary by herself. So she uses Row. And I really hope that Row's getting a check. I hope he's getting a cut every single month. Hit him sitting on those fucking panels every time the Miss O goes live. I hope she's giving him a cut of the profits that she's making over there while he's sitting up there slaving away, entertaining her crowd. I hope that she's giving him a cut of the fucking profits with her lazy ass because she can't do commentary by herself because she know ain't nobody showing up if Ro ain't there. So it's just
Even that ass
that's
eating
just a
kitchen though.
reality.
She an
What you say?
ass eater. You would think she's an ass eater. You thought she'd be better along. Like why the fuck would see? I'm actually entertaining. I don't need people like I said, fuck her. But she's an ass eater and she still can't get nowhere. That's why she got to sit there and eat whatever the fuck them weird ass bitches give her. You see what I'm saying? Like please, and
I'm
and
tired of
like she
her and
said,
Pizarro using Honest Row. I'm tired of them using Honest Row
yeah.
and then don't contribute shit back to
The
his
honest bro
platform.
gotta get tired. I love me some honest bro, but he gotta get tired. I already had to tell him once, like you could tell he was trying to tell her no, and poverty was still trying to press him to be a part of some cooking competition. That he didn't want to stop volunteering competitions. That you first of all don't have nobody to compete and nobody fucks with you, bitch. Like I told them, they keep trying to prove me wrong, but it ain't. But it ain't gonna happen. You got people that sit in the chat that want to be entertained by B sector subject, but y'all people don't know how to treat people right. So now y'all don't got nobody on your panels. You don't got the content to give. You're boring as fuck yourself. You run from all beefs. Ain't nobody gonna sit there for that shit. So they gotta find somebody to use. And it's not that entertaining because, like I said, she launched it and it was an epic fail.
How
If
you
she want to
feel?
talk the numbers thing, go ahead.
Right. I mean, she was just talking. I mean, like we just go live, like randomly go live, and we just go live, like off the strength of just giving commentary, and we enjoy having conversations with each other. We're not here to like we're not in competition with anybody, bitch. Because in real life and online, you're not in any competition with me, Pizarro. Because the reality is that when it comes to creativity, you don't have that. The only thing you do is run your fucking mouth. If we all started around the same time, I would have dusted all of y'all easy with no problem. So let's be real. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you have I mean, that's an advantage over me is time. That's pretty much it. But as far as you doing anything unique and different on your fucking channel, like I did on my channel and shit, we're not on the same level. We're not. You're not. So,
But she
and in that
said that
intro, let's not
she,
start. Let me
no,
not get started on the intro that you, Nika, and Brianna did after me, the whole thing with me and Ness when we after she had her intro. Y'all motherfuckers wanted an intro, and y'all intro still ain't hitting on shit. Y'all intro still are whack. Brianna's intro sucked. You know what I'm saying? She had that Queen fake ass bootleg Queen Latifah intro that was trash. Uh fucking Pizarro had that computer intro that came from your Intel. That intro sucks. Yeah, I mean, Nika's intro is a low budget, I don't even low budget ass intro from Buddy Lee. That song sucks. I don't even like that song is just whack. And it's just so slow and monotone, and it's just that intro sucks. You know what I'm saying? Everything y'all do sucks. You know what I'm saying? ODS is so bogged down by fucking
he
everything is
homeless
AI. His
now.
whole channel looks
Homeless
like a
ass.
fucking ODS's whole
Look at
channel
him
looks like a
expressing.
cartoon. His whole channel
As
looks
it
like a
should.
cartoon and shit and oversaturated with AI shit because
Only
he
way
can't
he's
create nothing
credible.
himself. He can't do the pro tools like me and edit videos. He can't do the what you call it, the Photoshop like I can. All the different like the different software that I do to edit my video. I mean, edit my not just my videos, but my images and stuff like that or
Oh,
whatever when I put
hold
people's
on,
heads.
Edie. Hold
Uh,
on, Edie. Speaking of that, I need another like you did before when you did the baby AI of me It had me speaking. You had gave me a copy of the link, but the link is no good if you delete your channel. But I want you to do an updated one of me just talking about whatever random ones that you see me talk about. And I want the actual link so that way when you delete your channel, I can still have it. But go ahead. Thank you.
Right. If I ever like if I ever come back, I will do that. I will create another because those like those things take
But
time,
hold on. Why
a
I gotta
lot of
wait for you
time.
to come back? You can't just give me a video. You could just make me
I've
one.
given
Cause
you a
I
lot. I've added you to my my intros. I've added a lot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Like
I
if
know
I
I
if I
want
have
something for mine. I want something for me. I want to be able to have it in my hand.
if but like I said, if I come back and I'm doing that and I'm in that zone, I will do it. I don't have a
Okay.
problem with doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I can't stop what I got going on. I can't stop what I got going on because
No, no,
yeah.
no, no.
But
When you get time, it's okay.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, that those whole things or whatever. But um, oh, dang, it was yeah. But like I said, like if we all it would just be so interesting and people were saying well oh well heat is did he do this and he do that. Nigga, you don't even know my fucking story of me coming over here. And then also when we did the mod when we did the wrenches or whatever on Pizarro's platform, me and Ali was talking about how it would shake up the fucking chat because at the time nobody liked us. Nobody liked us. So we was like, well, what could we give this stupid ass idiot Pizarro? What amount could we give her so that we can be mods over on her channel to shake up the chat and to cause that whole modgate shit to happen, which ended up having that modgate stuff happen. We worked out the details, and that was to shake up things over on the spaceship. We plotted on that shit. So we already knew what we were going to do before we did it. We didn't do it because we wanted to be a part of anything. You
Yeah, see, I
idiot.
didn't even
You know
know
what I'm
that.
saying?
So,
Like
but hold
anytime
on.
he does something, it's a strategy behind it. Understand that. It's clearly my
But that's
strategy
what I
work.
was. But hold on, that's what I was trying to say. See, I didn't even know that because I guess when you came around like during like COVID or whatever, or what a C word, because Nala was born 28 December 2018. And like I know a couple of months after she was born, the whole C word thing started. It was a pandemic, everybody was shutting down. So see, I was in a different place. And like I had a newborn, so I was like not even paying attention to the B sector at all. Not even be a lipstick alley. Like I had totally like just, I think when she was like about 6 months and everything started shutting down, like I left everything just trying to make sure like what's going on. I thought the world was one of the about to be like a world war, whatever. So I didn't get to see you or like see how you. I did see you eventually, but I didn't know your backstory. So maybe that's if you do come back, that's something you can do because maybe not a lot of people know because a lot of people came during like that section of it when a
They
lot of the OGs
only
were yeah.
they only tell like certain like little bits and pieces of my story of how I got, how I came here and all this other stuff or whatever. But like I said, like that never I nothing that Brazil did absolutely nothing for my channel outside of sharing me out. And you could share somebody. There's people that Pizarro shares out to this day, and nobody watches them. So that's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like you can share somebody out all day, but that doesn't
And
mean
that's like
anything.
K-Fit.
Look
They
at
keep
K
trying to
Fit.
shame. Yeah, I'm about to say, they keep trying to hold on. I have to say this because, first of all, that weird ass bitch, but even if she didn't, but I hate people that make it seem like who's jealous of it. Like, first of all, I don't know no bad bitches that's in eviction court. If you know a bad bitch in eviction court, please point her out because I have never seen it in my 45 years on this motherfucking earth. But anyway, so they're trying to shame people into watching K-Fit political views. First of all, she only went there because Roman did. Like nobody finds her entertaining. Roman couldn't prop her up because no matter what, only thing she could be known as his good tutor. You have to have a something there to it. And like you said, it's people that's been riding with them and they don't really push their pages. But even if they did, because the people that's in the chat know about them, they haven't even made it to 1K subbies. If you don't got it, you don't got it. People are going to watch who they want to. It doesn't matter who share you out. Like you just look at the redirect situation. You could redirect people somewhere and then people will just automatically leave. You cannot you're gonna need to do what you could do. It's up to the person to be able to hold certain things down. So you never know what's gonna turn people into you. But like a lot of these people, they get the biggest push. You can't shame the B sector into nothing. So if people made a name for themselves in a way, you have to give them, you know what I'm saying? They do. They're
The
flowers.
only person I seen like share like K Fit out is like a few people, but I mean, but nobody gives a fuck about people ranting about what Trump is doing. Bitch, get over it. Like he's gonna be the president for a minute, and then after that, somebody else is gonna be the president. You can't. That should not be the bulk of your commentary. And if that's all you have to offer, you know that, and now
But
this new.
no, Nene, there's a whole sector for that. Let's be clear. People that's pro and against Trump and saying it
Yeah,
from many
well,
vantage points, and they get paid. So clearly,
okay,
it's
but
not you. It's all of the millions of people that watch that because they have
But that's
the
not gonna
Trump.
be the but that's not gonna be what people want to watch over here. That's not what the market is
Right.
asking for over here. And that's what
No,
I'm
but
talking
Nene, you
about.
missing my point. You know what I'm saying? You missing my point. Yes, exactly. It's not going to be the market over here, but why are they trying to shame people in the B sector? Why don't these people go outside of the B sector? Because you know nobody's going to watch you. So why do y'all mess up B sector commentary, B sector panels, and try to flood our little community walls trying to shame people for not watching a boring ass bitch? And she's a follower. Like nobody gives a fuck, and she's not even beef sector. It's crazy, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, let's be real. I mean, she never really brought anything when it came to commentary, anyways, when
Exactly.
it came to beef sector commentary. So, I mean, she's scary. And the only time she had a voice when she was on King Roman's platform, and he would give her a voice
Exactly.
over there. But you know, she's a
And we
punk.
ain't never forget how she did Dovey, but didn't do nothing to VS. People like you don't get no points for trying to punch down. And Dovey is beef sector. Dovey got Dovey. That's why I said you got to be cautious, worried about who get the numbers, but worry about who got the main support. So, like I said, I feel like if you feel like you want to do politics, go in that sector. Use your quote unquote beauty and go flourish. You see what I'm saying? But she done tried many lanes, none of them stick. But I ain't rather her keep trying until you find your goal. But all that trying to shame people for not wanting to watch her boring ass, get the fuck out of here.
But
Moving
who was
on.
the one doing the shaming though? Who was shaming?
Barbecue doing a bunch of them. Look at the community wall posts. Barbecue has been doing Ronnie Q, aka Barbecue, ever since she got exposed. She's been on Trump the heaviest, and she didn't need Roman to tell her to do it. She started that ahead of time, and she bought some views for a minute, but now she's back to her one or two, whatever, and she still be doing short. Why are not supporting Ronnie Q? Like
Oh,
nobody got to.
oh well, ain't nobody listening to Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q can't read and she can't spell. Who the fuck gonna go over there and watch her? But when it came to Jay Wilson, I forgot to tell you, he was throwing little jabs at you the like a couple of days ago. He was saying little jabs at you and stuff.
What he
I'm like,
said?
damn, like,
What he
huh?
said?
He was just
What did he
talking
say?
about it's been he was like people getting $1,000 a week and talking about like dental stuff and all this other bullshit. He was talking about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he probably is upset. I'm trying to figure out when did he say, but I had did a little
It was
lot of
just a
shade of
couple of
him,
days
so I don't
ago.
care. Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
don't care because he can't afford a water heater, eating basic things in housing. But like I told him, I have to I have that paid for. It's just a time and making sure my blood pressure in my body is right before I go do any type of surgery. It's real medical insurance and doing it the right way. He needs to worry about the Ozempic pill and his little. Like I told him, he need to get it on a real diet, and so he can help with his shrimp pain. Get that build up your body right. Go to the gym, eat healthy. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
But his but
Be
his
able to afford
lies
basic shit.
His lies are
You know,
unraveling right in front of him because he's proven like ZX and then Dimples posted on her thing. His lies are unraveling because we already said that he lied about where he went to school. He lied about that. He went to another. He got a whole bunch of for profit education degree, like he went to for-profit schools and shit like that or whatever, as he said in that commercial and stuff, which we already knew he went to for-profit schools. And regardless if they have accreditation or not, that does not make it a good school, because when you get out to the corporate world and they find out you go to those one of those stupid ass raggedy ass schools,
Exactly.
DeVry,
Exactly.
ICDC, one of those raggedy ass schools, they're not gonna, that those degrees don't mean, they're meaningless, they're useless, they don't mean shit. They're not going to accept those. Those are not even looked at as real degrees from those raggedy ass online schools you went to and shit like that or whatever. The university, and then he tries to like give like a big name university and shit. But when you look on his resume, he talks about nothing but those for-profit schools and shit like that or whatever. And it's just like, bro, like you don't even have a real degree. Let's talk about that, bro. Why you over here trying to talk about uppity? Because you're too stupid. You're too stupid and stuff like
Exactly.
that. You have no
He gets
qualifications.
mad. He gets mad because I'm more educated than him. And so, like I explained to him, when I was gonna go to school, it was to a university. There was no, what I'm saying. And like I said, I could tell your degrees mean nothing about your job position, what you do right now. And do you know the amount of debt you be in? And you just in debt from not even have good spending credit. You have poor credit. You know what I'm saying? You don't, like, everything about you is childhood trauma because you grew up in a one bedroom trailer. You living in this old, empty, ugly house that you can't, that's so nasty. You can't even use it for like Airbnb to make money for you. It's like everything about you was just slow. You couldn't get one business management for them. It probably would have been more profitable for you.
And
Please.
let's not forget that, you
And
know,
I live in New York
um,
City. He lives in a cheap ass town. It's different. When he was living
right,
here, he was living in a room. It's like, that's not, like, 1K a week is not a lot. If you, and it,
right,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's
it's
not.
something. I don't
It's
have
a
to come out
lot
here
to
begging
people
like
that
your
live
ass.
in it's a lot to people that live in Texas, but I mean,
Right.
but when you live in a real city and shit like that or whatever, or like a real like a Los
Yeah, and you
Angeles,
have
like
to. I
myself.
mean, see, I have better. He doesn't. You know why he really mad too? Because I made that video about his mother has poor pussy management, and this is why he thinks 1K is a lot. I have a child. I would never let a Meg impregnate me 10 times in a one bedroom trailer. Are you okay? I want my kids to have experiences in this world, to launch pad them into things they want to do in their adult life. They'll already be accustomed and want to do more for themselves. See, 1K is really not a lot in New York City.
Somebody
Stop
said
it.
something about 50K a year or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's his salary or something. I heard something about 50K a year, and I was like, wow, that's really that's it. That's all you got. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't. I don't even want to put anybody my business out there or whatever. But the whole thing is that
That's my cousin's starting salary. She's working in
that's not even a lot of money.
intellectual law, and that was her
You couldn't
starting
even
salary.
live. You couldn't even live on your own in Los
And she's
Angeles
in her
with 50K.
30s. She's in
With
her 30s,
50
Jay Wilson.
with 50K a year, you couldn't live on your own in Los Angeles. With 50K a year, you couldn't. You couldn't.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
Not nice, not nicely, not nicely. Mm-mm.
You couldn't
And
live
that's
at
in
all. At all. That's not enough money. Like seriously, that's not a lot of money. Like, do y'all know how much that is? Like, what it would require? But that's the thing or whatever. Because he did say that his dream place would be to live somewhere in California. I think he was talking about Northern California, not Southern California, like
Already?
where I'm at. But yeah, but he can't afford it. He could never afford it. He
Right,
can't even afford Texas, and San Antonio's dirt
right.
cheap. Come on. Like, but the thing is that, you know, he has a bunch of for-profit, he went to a whole bunch of for-profit schools. Nobody in the corporate world recognizes those as real fucking degrees. And then the saddest thing is that he said he's educated. He educated himself in business, but he doesn't even have a business of his own. He's so happy to work for some white man's company, and then, to be a worker. He's so happy to say that he has a job, but he's never had a business. So that's why I can never respect Jay Wilson or anything that he talks about or whatever, because he's not a business person or whatever. He's a worker. He's a slave. You know what I'm saying? He'll always be a slave. He's not even he doesn't even have enough to retire on. Let's start there. He's almost at he's damn near at retirement age. He's almost at retirement age. He'll be at retirement age not far from now, and he still doesn't have any. He's still gonna be working. Just a fucking
Right.
loser. And like, how are you
It-
talking about people when your finances aren't together and you don't even own your house? You don't even own your house. You don't own your house. You still owe on your house. Let's
yeah,
talk
somebody
about
asked how
that.
much did he somebody asked how much did he make from YouTube. I don't think it's much. That's probably why he has to go live so often, because YouTube pays off of views. So I guess
Probably
he's going with like the mindset. Okay,
two, three.
if I'm not getting enough views, I'll do a bunch of lives, and them views will add up to a decent check. So I don't think he's getting that much.
He makes about two or three a month. Two or three. As much as rapid as he makes about two or three a month, but that's not a lot because he has his mortgage that he has to pay for, and he has other expenses and stuff. He's in debt. He's in debt from all if you're getting all those pieces of shits from going to those for-profit schools. And don't ever send your kid to a fucking for-profit school because they literally accept anyone, because their number one goal when you go to a for-profit school, the number one goal is to make money. They get money from the government and all different types of different entities and things like that or whatever, federal entities and stuff. So their number one goal is to make money. So they will accept a fucking hobo on the street if he has a fucking address and shit like that or whatever. They will accept anyone just to get a profit so that they can get more from, from those those facets that they get money from. Their job is to make a profit. Their job is not to make sure that you land a perfect job or anything like that. Don't get hyped up by these for-profit schools. If your kid isn't smart enough to go to a fucking university, then
Right.
it's better go to like a regular, like a state college or something like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Credit program.
That's nothing wrong with that. But as far as a for-profit school, stay the fuck away from those because they will put you in debt like Jay Wilson. He's in debt. He's probably paying student loans. He probably has a whole bunch of student loans and has nothing to show for it. He has no business to show for it. He has no real job with real money. He's not making any real money. And look at him. And he's bragging about those old ass cars. Come on. But the for-profit schools, their job is to get as many idiots in there as they possibly can so that they can meet their quota. And let's hope that
Right.
they keep their accreditation. Even if they keep their accreditation, like I said, when you go out into the corporate world and you say you went to the ICDC college and shit, they're gonna be like, "You went where? You did what? What type of degree is that?" You know what I'm saying? They're not even gonna know. They're not even gonna recognize that shit. So go to a school within your city or whatever. Go to a city college. Nothing wrong with that. Go to if you're not able to go to like a real university. Let's not lie like Jay Wilson. Then we pull up his credentials and then you see that he doesn't have shit going on.
Right. And it's just funny to me. Is he like Jay Wilson? He should be used to at this point getting busted. It's like since he came out, he's like literally was forced out the closet when Wally did the Jack app. He tried to pretend, he tried to lie about his sexuality. He didn't want to boldly be a man as loud and proud as he wanted to be about it. He came in trying to hide it like a secret. And then he got busted on live about that. He tried to hide his weight by taking pictures at angles, and then only for them to pull up all the pictures of how brown and big and fat he was. Then he tried to even rest on his so-called education, only to get busted out. But that even being a flaw. Like Juicy, when are you just gonna own up and tell the truth and stop being all in other people's business? And I was saying the other day, I did a theory. That's probably why he could be mad at me. I feel like Juicy has big pain envy. Like he's really upset because he has like a strip pain. Because I've noticed he is heavily invested in the men who either have, because we didn't see it in the physical, but Castro used to do lives like working out in the backyard with like his sweatpants. You could just tell, right? And so we know he has a
Ew,
big one. Maybe Tommy
ew.
got one. Brian said he got one. And he's always trying to control them. I feel like he got envy of that because he don't even have a good love life. He's cheap. He likes to go to amusement park. That's why Mark don't want to be around, but he want to tell everybody else about business, college, and relationship. Three things he has never mastered in his own life. It's weird. But when you tell him that, you see how he gets, you know,
Well,
very confrontational.
those things validate him. His house, his the things that's simple for the average person who has decent credit and has some money in the bank that anybody can easily obtain. Even the education portion or whatever, that's something that people can easily obtain if they wanted it. So he doesn't have anything that anybody can't get. Let's remember that. As
Mhm.
far as his body parts, I don't know, I don't give a damn, obviously. That's disgusting. Jay
No, I'm
Wilson,
just saying.
does have
Disappointed
a
about
record. He does have a record for not having the best oral hygiene, because more than one
oh
person has
yeah,
said that he does have a
yeah.
smelly mouth. So somebody needs to do something about that. And Jay Wilson needs to be practicing oral hygiene. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't really practice it that well, because he really wants people to think that he's like clean in the mouth, because ever since Heidi and Creasy has said
Yeah.
that his mouth, he has bad breath, and it came from two different women that live in two different states, might I add.
Uh-huh.
He still hasn't, every time I just hate when he clams up and he starts like laughing, because you can see that thick layer of white tongue that he has that he did not scrape off. A tongue scraper is $5, man. Go and get yourself a tongue scraper and scrape that white shit off of your fucking mouth, man, because it's disgusting and I'm tired of seeing it. It's grossing me out, Jay Wilson. Your mouth grosses me out. Ugh. And that's why I put you in the White Tongue Club on my channel with you and Tracy, not Tracy, you and Kimmy. I put you and Kimmy and some other people in the White Tongue Club, because y'all don't really brush, y'all don't clean your mouths properly, and y'all don't scrape y'all tongues. Tongues are not supposed to be white, and that's disgusting. I want to let you know that, Jay Wilson, Mr. Oral Hygiene, you got so many white tongue. Every time you go live, it's always that thick white tongue. Look at his tongue when he talks. Ugh,
Yeah.
disgusting. I don't know if that's sperm. I don't know if that's food residue. I don't know
Well,
what
I'm
that
not
is, but you gross me out. And that's disgusting. Ugh. And fecal matter too.
why God today. I know Juicy. Juicy is just a weirdo that I just don't like how he try to talk down on people and he really doesn't even have his life together. His delusion is beyond me right now. Like he needs to cut it out and get his real life together. That's what I know. So it was only right that you got busted yet again, Juicy. Deal with your inner self. Do better, Juicy. That's what I could tell him. Do better. But
Yeah, and
if
you
you
need
ever
to
do,
figure out why is Rodney in ZX's chat? Why is Rodney in ZX's chat? While he's getting doxxed all over the place, why is Rodney just sitting over there happy? Then I heard Jay Dunn say that Rodney lied about commenting under the video where on ZX's video where Jay Wilson got doxxed. Rodney tried to say it wasn't him. He tried to say it wasn't him. So it's just getting crazy out here.
it really is. Well, you know how Rodney is. He picks and chooses, but Rodney, I guess he got a lot on his plate. It seemed like a lot of people in his head lately. But Juicy, you need to stop lying. People cannot dox you over these basic ass shit. And isn't like school things like public record and that Dr. Cheyenne thing? This might go viral, Juicy. You better get this together.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, I mean, I can't believe Jay Wilson was talking about Uppity. Uppity has her stuff together. Uppity doing her
Thank
thing.
you.
She has a child. She's not using a dog as a child like you are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you want to have a baby, then maybe lay off the butt and then maybe insert yourself in some vagina if that's what you want to do. But your dog is not a baby. I want y'all to know that pets are not children. So I just need y'all to know that pets are pets, children are children. Uppity's doing what she needs to
That
do. She's taking care of her child, which we can't say for a lot of people, but she is taking care of her child. So what's the issue? I don't understand. I don't understand why Jay Wilson is hating on Uppity. He always has something to say about women, but he runs away from men until
right.
he until he can address Treasure when he cussed him out and called
Right.
him a church queen and still continued to call him a church queen after Jay Wilson said he didn't like that. And Jay Wilson still cash apps him and kisses his ass until he can address a man. We don't give a fuck about anything Jay Wilson has to say with his white nasty
Oh yeah.
ass tongue.
James Bliss bitch slapped at James Juicy every time he get ready. But speaking of James, did you see he came across my timeline sitting there posting like he a bad bitch on the talking about he happy. I guess he was on like a balcony of the cruise or some shit like that. Talking about don't tag me. I'm honored that you was talking about me. And I don't know who the hell he was talking to, but he had like this long ass letter to somebody. Did you see that?
No, I don't even waste my time to watch James because I know James is lonely
No,
and
it just
now
came
that
across
he
my timeline. Yeah, go
would
ahead.
you say?
I said no, it just came across my timeline. It was hilarious. I
Oh
remember the last time we were talking about her because he was mentioning how people. I don't know if he was because he said don't tag me. I know you haven't tagged him, so I don't know if it was you, but talking about how
no,
people talking about
never.
his clothing.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's just be so. I mean, James will make up a scenario in a minute to make it seem as though somebody's checking for him or anything like that. I didn't even know anything about his cruise until like I came back and he was talking, and then he was talking about his cruise and stuff, and then I heard like Pizarro mention it and stuff like that or whatever. Only a couple of people mentioned his cruise, so it fell on deaf ears and shit like that or whatever. Not to mention that he got the cheapest cruise to be known to man and shit like that or whatever. One of the cheapest, outside of Carnival, and we know who took the Carnival cruise, which is Jay Wilson with his broke ass. So yeah. But when it comes to Treasure, like I try not to pay it. I don't pay attention to Treasure because I've already, been there, done that with him. But as far as anything else, I don't. He just he don't have no man. The
We're
last
talking
man he
about.
was with, cheated on him. None of the men that he flirt with around here want him. None of the men that he flirt with around here finds him attractive. He's just ugly, disgusting. He looks like a turd. And I will always say James looks like a turd with eyeballs. He just grosses me out.
Well, and I still think he looked better than Lion Nika. But
Oh, and if
um,
Nika needs to stop disrespecting Angie Stone, bitch, you are not Angie Stone. You don't look like Angie
what?
Stone. Stop lying to yourself. Stop disrespecting Angie
Right.
Stone.
Immediately.
Take
Big
Angie
time.
Stone's beautiful
Right.
face off of your what your overlay or whatever the fuck on StreamYard because I'm sick of it. Use your own face for your overlay, nigga. Scare us with that shit. Keep us engaged with that shit. Stop disrespecting Angie Stone. Let her rest in peace. Stop
I
making
know
Angie
that's right.
Stone rest on your channel. Let her rest in peace and take her beautiful face off of there because your melted, ugly, battered up face does not look like Angie Stone. So stop it.
At all.
I'm tired of this shit.
She needs to cut
Disrespecting
that
Angie
shit
Stone.
immediately. No shame.
People
And
say I
that's the
resemble her. People say I
hell
resemble
nah.
her.
Ain't no motherfucking soul told that bitch that. She needs to cut it the fuck out. Girl, stop.
I'm like, what the hell? Why she got Angie Stone as an overlay over there? Like, what is she doing?
Mm-mm. Lying to her goddamn self. That's what happened.
And we
It's
ain't seen
crazy.
Brianna, and we ain't seen Brianna, so I'm sure she's sucking down a Culver Butterburger as we speak. But we ain't seen her.
She around watching shit. I haven't been on my IG yet, but she was one of the first people that watched my video over there when I uploaded it because I'm gonna do like a pink kitchen, not IG, TikTok. So she's still lurking. You know her sneaky ass is in the background.
Ah,
But I
well,
heard
I
she
wouldn't
had a.
know.
They said that she got a Patreon situation like Sassy got membership. Only be like one or two people over there. So.
I
Mhm.
canceled my membership when I realized nobody was in Sassy's membership but her and like I think Shakim was up there and then it was like a couple of people in the chat. I canceled it and she wasn't even talking about shit. But she no, actually she was. She was just talking about other people. She was talking about
Mhm.
everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like things that she was afraid to say outwardly, she was saying in her
Right.
members only. And that's some punk ass bitch shit. Pizarro is really
Right.
creating a really her roster, her new sector roster sucks. It's nothing but a bunch of punks. It's a bunch of weirdos. Uh, it's a bunch of scary people like Sassy. You know what I'm saying? The only good people on the roster you got is Mo Betta. You know what I'm saying? And Mo Betta better run for the fucking hills. She better run
For
for the
real.
hills. You know, but if she want to sink on that ship with Pizarro, then go right ahead. But nothing, no idea that Pizarro has ever came up with has really came into fruition and actually reaped any fruit, reaped any benefit.
Except unless she steals from other people. Mhm.
Yeah, she doesn't ever. Pizarro never comes up with good ideas. This new sector is already a flop. When you begging Brooke to join a sector, that should tell you everything. That should tell you everything we
Mhm.
need to know. Somebody you begging people that nobody watches to join your new sector, and you're not even on a new
Right.
platform. You're not even on your new channel. You so afraid to start over that you're not even on a new channel and shit like that or whatever. I can't take you seriously talking about you in a new sector just because it's going across the screen. There's something going across the screen that says we're in the frenemy sector, bitch. That don't mean that we're in a new sector. That means we're in a B sector. You're still on the B sector. You're still on a B sector platform until you start a brand new channel, Pizarro. You ain't doing shit over there, and you just need to come to grips with it. And any of the idiots that follow you, well, they deserve everything they're gonna get.
Well, did you watch it yesterday? Because I tried to watch. I was back and forth. What
It
up,
it
Miss
was
Darling
boring.
Spicy Bull? Yeah.
It was
When I checked, it was lemon, lemon, lemon. So I just like, I was like back and forth to see lemon. I didn't get to see either whole live, but I saw Castro drag the fuck out of lemon. That shit was funny. But then they said Castro had canned up and it was a man in his bed. But when I kept, but I didn't think Lemon mentioned them at all. And that was their grand opening. You would think that it'll be the two new leaders would at least be at the grand opening, and then you know, I don't. Is
yeah.
Lemon still a part of it? Like, did something happen?
Well,
Because the
that's
way
one
she
thing
kept
I
talking,
did hear. Pizarro did say that Lemon. I heard her say that she doesn't know what he's doing. She says she basically said he has one foot in and one foot out. So that's what
uh,
she said yesterday on her live. And I was like, wow. So there's no solidarity. Here you are hyping this whole thing up. Nika's just following along and stuff like that or whatever, because Nika's a follower and an idiot, clearly. You know what I'm saying? Nika don't have no
so,
ideas of her own and she can't stand on her own. So she gotta go wherever the ugly crew goes, and Brianna's really not around to direct her people like she usually would. You know what I'm saying? So they
you
don't
think she's
have
not
any
getting paid
guidance
on her
right now.
backup page? You think probably scared because ever since seeing like computer back went on her backup page, well, number one, they was playing those games about. See, that's what happens. What you meant for one gonna affect everybody because I don't care what nobody said. They was all apart because she was the main. I find it funny that she want to bring Lemon so bad, even though he really playing in her face. If you ask me, the state one eye stay at home mama boy playing all them bitches. It's hilarious, but they was the main ones complaining about Lemon's cash app and him not coming to their link. And so I believe they was a part of the getting his pages shut down. And so I believe two things can be true. Like she probably wasn't getting them views. And now that everybody doing circumvention strikes on people's channel, she can't come back. So and she not making no money off of Patreon because you're not popping like that. Like I told them, the B sector is the only place they gonna thrive. So if y'all believe any one of these scams about leaving and sympathy, and you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. But Whatever.
Right. I don't know. You know, when it comes to that whole, I mean, nobody who really does successfully on Patreon outside of what Sean Bradley, and I don't even know if he's successful on Patreon like that. I mean, he has his little core, like his little base or whatever, but I mean, is he really like making money like that over there? I mean,
Well, yeah, because I think he charges by like year. You pay for the year, or you could buy
mm,
like a monthly subscription. Or like pay for like a link. Pay for if
but
you want to just view this month.
how many people really followed him over there?
A lot, a lot.
I
You've
don't
always
know.
had it. That's the advantage of being the OGs, and because see these people they can go out. So you can see that with his travels. You know
I
how much
mean,
money it takes to go to those countries that they be going to. So you see, you got people that's gonna be following. They're gonna support you. It's just like you. Well, I can't afford to like just get like the yearly membership, even though I don't watch. But there's plenty of people. I buy a membership. I have not seen one membership live. I'm just getting it to support your channel. It has nothing to do with me. You see what I'm saying? I don't watch people membership live. I can barely keep up with their regular lives. And I got
but
other stuff I like
for
because like YouTube is like
Brianna,
my TV.
to think that she's that interesting enough
No, she don't got
for
that support. No, I think you was asking
right,
about
right.
Sean
I know.
Bradley.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
for Brianna to think
yeah.
she's that interesting to even think about
No.
wanting to do a Patreon is ridiculous.
Right, but they do get gassed up here. They do.
Yeah,
They let
no.
these people. You could tell they really believe it. You could tell it until reality sets, and then when reality sets, like they wanted the boy. Remember the first time they was up here cursing women out, putting up these weird ass niggas like official peen sucker, cursing the women out, bringing in these random men from random sectors, talking crazy on a link to them to the chat, and make what I'm saying, telling them bitches to deal with it, and then Roman come out here and do them the same way the men that they deal with everybody else, and now you want to strike. That's why most of the women were like, nigga, please look at your crew. Look at the men that you look what you allow. How dare you? You see what I'm saying? So they couldn't take that shit. And that's what they call themselves boycotting. What happened? They came right back. Because where else they useless ass gonna go?
Well,
So
the
every
thing.
time they don't get that, yeah, they always do this shit.
Well, one thing I wanted to ask. Well, where does
Hold on.
Demas?
You see this? But yeah, but who I know
I
so
don't give
fly.
a shit. I don't care.
Right.
Uh, I don't
Yeah.
care. He don't have a channel.
Exactly.
So
He mad because
well,
he got
what?
rejected. Like
No,
I told
no,
he but hold on, look, she said right. I think it's SB cores or day ones, BS or versus ever favorite. Exactly. Now there were some people when he came out. Remember, I forgot. I think he must have validated. You know how Jay Dunn is. If she catch on to me, Jay, something happened in one of his live, and Jay Dunn went crazy going live, talking about how she was right, and then that made everybody rush and go pay for that month's membership. But a lot of people didn't sign up for the yearly paying versus his faithful. They're gonna always do that. And that's the good thing about coming up. And I feel like any sector, but especially the beat sector, because the beat sector is still around and standing strong for years. And there's been a lot of different sectors that popped out, but they're no longer here. They're no longer around. So that's why I think it's a great thing. Poverty is taking her weak ass and the rest of them weak bitches with her. I appreciate it.
yeah. He don't have a channel. So to what
Yeah.
I mean, they can't be they ain't gonna be no live for live or any of that shit. I don't even know what he's talking about. Don't give a fuck about what he's talking about and shit like that or whatever. I'm going off of what I heard on put Jay Dunn's platform and shit because I'm not even around and I'm being mentioned in what I
Uh-huh.
would perceive to be a negative light. As far as any other shit, he should know I'm not afraid of nobody around here, especially no men around here. So I'm like, what is the thing or whatever? And then you wanted me. You dropped down and uppity said, because I don't read the chat. I don't know what the fuck y'all be saying in the chat. I don't
I
give a
can
shit.
screenshot him
I come to give my
of him being
opinion and go,
removed.
What
I got the
what did he
screenshot of him
say?
being removed. But he told, but hold on, he's so desperate to get your attention. He tells people he don't want me on a link with him. I'm not allowed in his chat, which I have never been, mind you. He can't clout shots at me and mad because I dragged his ass on the panel. But yeah, he think he got the nerve because he want to speak to you so badly. He was gonna get in my motherfucking chat. So out of respect for you, I just
And
let
what
you
did
know
he
because I
say?
didn't even know you.
What did he say when he
He didn't
dropped
come
down?
over. He didn't come over like he was
Okay,
summoning
so
you. That's
he
exact
wanted
words.
me.
And then I
So
deleted him.
So
Yeah.
let's let the record show he wanted me to come over to his platform or whatever. I'm not, and I said no. I'm not coming over there. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Don't give a shit about anything he's talking about over there. All my only thing was that me thinking that we're on a cordial situation and we cordial. Why you mentioning me in a negative light? Because I didn't understand that when I was trying to enjoy the show like everybody else. That was where I was
Right.
coming from and shit like that or whatever. But you need to understand, I'm not afraid of nobody around here. And when I'm sleeping, meaning when I'm not going at nobody, that's the best thing that's the best place you want me to be because you don't want me to be active out here. You don't want me to be active out here. Because remember, don't forget who I used to work with and shit like that or whatever. And don't forget who used to work with me. You know what I'm saying? So let's not let you know what I'm saying. I don't have a channel to do the warring and shit like that or whatever because there's no point. There's no reason for me to be going back and forth with Rick Reed. But I was like, well, why the fuck are you bringing me up in a negative light on Jay Duns when I'm not around? Why you trying to disrespect me when nobody really even like watches you like that, bro? Like people don't really watch you, and you got to go live to compliment yourself and to validate yourself. You got to keep telling yourself how you beef sector this and how you this and you that. But if that was the truth, then your presence alone would mean something. The only person that really means something to like that would be Lemon. He the one who validated you, but Lemon was the one with his shirt off behind the scenes trying to show you something. I don't give a fuck about you, nigga. I don't like men. So I don't and also you're not up on the hierarchy to ever validate any in my existence on here. Even the people on the hierarchy can't on the higher of the hierarchy can't validate me on here, even though they already have. You know what I'm saying? But y'all not up there to tell me anything about myself. I've already solidified myself in this sector. Yeah, and I was
Mhm.
born in this sector. I didn't come from nowhere else. I started over on Pizarro's. Everybody knows that. And that's just what it is. But you don't have no authority, you don't have no power to do anything with heat. You can't do nothing with me as far as when it comes to validating my existence or where I'm at and all this other stuff. I'm a newer person as far as the hierarchy goes in the beef sector, but I'm definitely prominent. I'm definitely of importance and shit like that or whatever. And it shows when people come to watch me and shit like that or whatever. So it was just interesting how, I was mentioned in a negative light and he was mentioning me. I'm not saying that Jay doesn't say anything or whatever, but I'm talking about what he said. So, I go over there to enjoy the show. I go over there and I watch Jay Dunn because I like it because she will give a rundown of what's going on in the sector. And I gotta whoever, whether I deal with you or not, I'm gonna watch whoever is giving a rundown. It's like I watch Read the Heart of Philadelphia, I watch Truth Enterprise. You know what I'm saying? I got to know what's going on, and I'm gonna go wherever. And I'm not gonna be. I don't watch Pizarro's like that or whatever because she be talking about the same shit over and over again. She ain't even giving a rundown of what's going on anymore. So that's falling on deaf ears. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I actually agree with you. You always said that, and I do the same. I don't have to necessarily like the person. That's what having good talent and good audience engagement means. So like that's what I've always said. Like even though Jay Dunn may get on my nerves time, and I don't like some of the things she do, I've always said I feel like I think she's solely gaining confidence, but if she gets more confident in herself and stop trying to be validated by people so much, I think she could be much further. But I always said she was a good person, like to be on the panel, or even do it on her own show. So there are certain people I will watch whether I'm dealing with the time or not. Even Juicy, like even James, like it depends on what they're talking about. Like you see what I'm saying? I watch them to like follow along with certain things. But for the most part, because of just the time that I have to give, I just have been mostly just watching like the juke joint as far as like my rundowns and listening. I'm sorry, I can't do read too crying for me. But yeah, I like somebody that's gonna be I don't like no kiss ass in the commentary. That's just my personal thing. So I tend to lean towards more people like they're gonna just tell it how it is, whether they like the person or not. You know what I'm saying? They might, you know, skirt around certain things if they like the person, but for the most part, you're gonna get the tea and can go over there and make your own decision. But people that and that's why they people that have to run to new sectors are people that are boring, weak base. You never deserve to be in the B sector. You have to be like they said, a queen stand alone. A king should be able to stand alone. So if you can't do that and you're gonna run from every beef, please go make a friend in me sector because that's the more vibe that you want and it'd be more appropriate and your sector could be more organic. I know they ain't gonna do it, but I really wish they would. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I at the end of the day, maybe I could have taken what was said wrong, or maybe I did. I don't know what the, the situation was or whatever, but I'm not going to
Wait, no,
anybody.
oh, that's another thing. Oh, about that weird ass nigga. Let me tell you what happened. He used to be able to talk shit, like if you seen on Jada on that panel, how he was talking shit about Bertha May. Admittedly, she said you was talking shit about me, but she went up there giggling and shit. He thought he talked about threatening to strike computer back page, and she went on a link talking about, oh, okay, whatever. He was talking that big shit. So he used to be able to disrespect bitches directly or indirectly. And then when he come around, you supposed to kiss his ring. So exactly what happened is how you think happened. That's what it is. He has a history of doing that shit. I'm just saying.
And that's another thing. No matter how many times me and Brianna have went back and forth, or I haven't, or I don't like her, or whatever the case may be, I have never ever tried to take her channel out and shit like that or whatever. Because at the end of the day, her channel was important in the sector and she did deliver commentary. So it's just interesting to me how people say that they're beef sector and all this other stuff, but they're doing nothing but trying to destroy it. That don't
Yeah,
make
that's all
any
he
fucking
ever did
sense.
was try to strike pages. But yeah, he let Envy use his image. He brags about striking down women that was in people that was actually created to this sector about striking down their page if they had his image on their TV. But yet these outsiders, especially that's why I'm surprised he came at you, biracial people. He usually ain't got no problem with that. So he definitely is in the black space hating on black people. He's always been an op to the beef sector. But yeah, like I told you, every time he falls out with these women, I didn't even know you even knew that weird ass nigga. Harley Q, Rita, all of them, he did them all dirty and they all go back and nothing happened. And now recently he just be on his live hitting everybody with strays, and they come up, oh, Ricky was there, making it like, no, no, up
Yeah,
your
no.
period. I was never cool with him. I never liked him from how he came in the sector, so we was never cool. But go ahead.
It's just I'm not gonna do no phony stuff or whatever. Whether if we mess with each if we cordial, then we cordial. If we're not, then we're not. I'll respect it either way it goes or whatever. That doesn't mean that I need to beef with you if you have an issue with me in any type of way. But never ever try to downplay what I done brought to the table around here and stuff like that, because I mean it could be that could be the argument of who brought more to the table. Because if you running your mouth is you bringing something to the table compared to me, that ain't true. Because at the end of the day, when I go live, I do better than you. I do better than you. So you need to know that and you need to understand that. That's why you can never validate me. You can never validate, but you couldn't validate me even if you did do better than me. Because there's a lot of people who bring in more numbers than what I bring in and stuff like that. And they could never validate me because they're not better than me in real life. And that's my metric. What are you doing in real life? Even, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when I see these people and stuff that are talking shit or whatever, these are the same people that like Pizarro. She could talk all the shit she wants to, but that bitch still begging me. She still begging me for money and shit like that. When I closed my Cash App down in 2024, why you still asking me for money when I said no? When I said I'm never going to ever give you no more money, bitch. Why are you still asking me for money though? You know what I'm saying? These are the bitches that got so much to say, but they got their hands out and shit. This is the atheist, the person that y'all want to be an atheist and shit like that or whatever. This is the one y'all. Why ain't y'all asking Jesus to give y'all some money and shit like that or whatever? Why ain't y'all got y'all hand out and all that other shit? Why y'all asking the atheist for money? Since I'm an atheist and shit like that or whatever. Never ever claimed to be an atheist, but why y'all asking me for money and shit? Why ain't y'all praying and getting on your knees and all this other shit or whatever, like some whores? Why ain't y'all doing that? You know what I'm saying? Why ain't y'all going into whatever powers or whatever the shit y'all believe in? Why ain't that helping you out? Why are you asking the atheist for money? I just don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm supposed to be such a bad person and stuff, but you need my help. I don't need your help. I'm the one that's supposed to be morally incorrect and shit like that, or spiritually incorrect, but you're asking me. You need my assistance and shit like that or whatever. So I don't know. That doesn't really make any sense to me. But as far as like anybody thinking I'm gonna beef with them when I don't have no fucking channel is just dumb. It's dumb for anybody to think that I'm gonna
No,
go have a
yeah,
back and
that's what I
forth.
was telling you. But hold on, that's what I was telling you from the get go. This is what he does, and
Right.
especially if you around somebody like me that don't fucking play with his ass. I called his car from the beginning, and it's like bingo, baby. I don't give a fuck how many delusional bitches gaslight the fuck out of you, bitch. I will tell. I'm gonna remind you who you the fuck you are, and as you can see, he did all of that performing of ass shit only to come in my chat thinking he gonna pull somebody. You weird ass fake homo thug. Shut the fuck up, you white ass bitch, you insecure asshole. Nobody give a fuck about you, bitch. Like I've been telling your ass from the start. And I told everybody, hey, nobody's gonna be special. He's very disrespectful. He came over here disrespecting black women and children, and then he gets, I don't know what it is that he think he could talk shit to people, and you just happen to be one of those people that didn't allow it. But yeah, he don't fuck with Rita. He has come up talking about her and her kids great, and Rita will be the first one to swing on you if you talk about it. But yet when she came out here hungry belly and with nothing to have or eat, Fabe doing a motherfucking give back and to like the people, she out here doing live talking about trying to shame the people into voting for her after you were sitting here dragging Fabe and attacking black women on behalf of this white ass bitch that hate black people. So anybody think they're gonna be special, they sadly mistaken. So like
Ain't,
I
ain't it
said, Rita had to
ain't
come
it
over here and needed
amazing?
for Fabe.
Ain't it
So
amazing how the people that was talking about numbers and all this other stuff when me and you randomly go live every now and then, ain't it
right.
interesting how the people that be talking about numbers, they be the main ones that be it be bigger content creators that be putting our names in the titles and shit. We just be randomly going live.
Always.
I thought nobody watched.
Yeah.
I thought nobody was watching us and
I'm
shit
used
like
to
that. But
it.
y'all putting our Pizarro put our name in the title the last time. Now he putting my name in the title. I didn't know our words hold so much weight. I thought Uppity was the one woman nobody watched. Clearly, y'all
Right.
watching. Y'all part
All
of
the
those
time.
numbers. Y'all
They no, they
please.
be mad because Uppity told them the motherfucking truth. Uppity don't gotta kiss their motherfucking ass, and it makes them distressed. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna call it like I see it. If people let it lie on me, but be mad, I tell the truth about them. But like I said, he's a motherfucking nobody. He's a clout chaser, and they always want to make Uppity the bad guy because Uppity don't allow herself to be used. You see what I'm saying? I'm not
Uh,
working for them niggas panels. You niggas better send me a motherfucking cash app. I'm not sharing you out, and I'm gonna call you out every fucking time I fucking see you, bitch. What about it? You can't say you got a motherfucking thing from uppity, bitch. And that's just the truth. So of course I gotta be the bad guy. They need dumbass bitches like the ones that was promoting them for the free so they can get shitted on. The fuck? I wish I would let a dusty ass nigga think he could validate me. That's a you asking for a fight right there. What up, Lady Dimples, my boo?
As we said, we're going to continue to do what me and Uppity do best. Clearly, people are watching because, um, hell, all this stuff is going on. Me and Uppity always end up in somebody's title when we randomly do a live. We just randomly do a live. We don't even be thinking about no numbers. We just be ready to just have a conversation. And here y'all go getting offended by what's being said and shit like that or whatever. But let the record show that he asked me to come over to his platform. I'm not thinking about anything that he wasn't even going to be discussed if I never came up on Jay Dunn's platform, because I'm just like, well, why are we questioning my existence on here? I didn't come from no other sector. I didn't start in no other sector and shit like that or whatever. I started over here. So I don't understand where that's coming from, but you know,
And hold on, can we get Lady Dimples to go live one of these days? I need Miss B Sector Royalty to go goddamn live. I need to hear her opinion and the story time mixed in here to there. But yeah, he's a weirdo because he ain't never had nothing going on to make me drop down and ask anybody for anything. Like I'm telling you, these narcissistic people, and like I said, it's all projection. He want to pretend he's validating people, but yet he come over here trying to validate himself by coming over here trying to pull you out because he started some shit with you and you ain't bound down like the rest of them weird ass bitches. And it's crazy because Bertha May loves stalking me. I don't even be talking to that weird ass bitch. But she had a live schedule like every day about me. But bitch, your picture has been shown. A self read it is.
right.
Yeah,
I would
lady, this needs to come live. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, but Dimples has been putting in a lot of work on her community wall, so she don't really even she don't. I mean, she been very consistent with what the commentary. Like I said, when I be gone for a while, I'll go to her channel to see what's going on because she be writing down, putting down a list of like everything that's happening around here. I heard that
Right.
ODS got kicked out of his. I don't know what happened. Did he get fired from T-Mobile? I heard his teenager
Yeah, I heard he
job.
got fired by T-Mobile, and I wanted him to get arrested for his CPN apartment, like that girl Big Baby did in the Mo3 sector. I wanted it to go down like that, but I'll take the blessings where I can get it. But I heard he back in his motel like he came in. Oh, dirty, scroungy, ugly ass. Why he ain't? They say he back at his mama house now.
Yeah, it's just
Miss-
certain things that people do that I would not ever think about doing, like taking out somebody's channel. Like I'm never gonna stop anybody's money. Like we could just go back and forth with our words, but when you start talking about how you beef sector and then you try to take out beef sector channels, the two don't make any sense. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So, that's why I really be asking myself if your definition of being beef sector is destroying the beef sector, you really need to reevaluate, because I mean, I might put some stuff out there. I might call you some names and stuff like that, but I'm not ever gonna mess up your money.
Right. But that's what it broke. But he came in here being a hater. That's what I'm trying to say. He's always been an op. He can't do no beat sector history because nobody accepted his ass. Like I said, it was only since the 2.0 started that he created a lane. And it's easy to bully anybody. You don't get no points from being able to bully poverty, computer back, one eye lemon. Like come on out, please.
I mean, Rick Reed is
Easy
not
money.
at the top of the pyramid when it comes to the hierarchy. He's not at the top of the
Exactly.
pyramid, to
He's not
be
even on the
perfectly
list.
honest. And to be perfectly honest, I would say Dimples is higher on the pyramid and the hierarchy than he is.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, Jay Dunn's higher on the hierarchy. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, I remember I asked Trish to create a beef sector pyramid to display the hierarchy. And she still has yet to do it. We have talked about this. I've talked to Trish plenty of times about this. But I think it'll be an interesting thing to see her perspective
Well,
and
she
who's
knows
on
she
the
can't be
pyramid.
included because she knows she
Oh my
can't be
God.
included. Yeah, so it is what
Oh
it
my.
is.
Well, we need to see a pyramid of who's at the top of the pyramid, which of course we would see the five babes, the
Her
Sean
goofy ass
Bradleys.
gonna put a limit. Her goofy ass gonna put a limit. But there's no contesting it. Sean Bradley is the king. Like
He's
there's
at
no
the
contesting
bottom.
that.
Lemon will be at the bottom of the pyramid. He's not even at
I
the
said
top, anywhere near the top.
she's gonna put him
Right,
at the
he
top.
would.
Lemon's not
Right.
included. I mean, he's at the top of the
Oh,
2.0, but Lemon is not included in B sector. The B sector wasn't even doing nothing when he came out. It was the 2.0.
Well, yeah. I mean, but that whole thing, I guess that would be a debatable thing as well. I mean, because some people are saying yay, and some people are saying nay. It's not my call. But
Mhm.
I've heard people, like the Jameses and all the other people. They seem to think that I mean, the lady Nika's in the swamps with her termite infested
Lady
living
Nika will say
situation.
anybody who give her a cash app is B sector.
Oh.
Dollar for and tell them to send Nika $20 and say and be like put a name and then have that person show up in the chat saying I'm B sector. Watch Lady Nika be like, oh, there go my friend. Yeah, they be watch. Try it out one day. Don't do it tomorrow because it's gonna, she's gonna
Well,
just do
well,
it on
don't
a
get me
random
started.
Tuesday.
Don't get me started on Lady Nika for getting her medical condition yesterday when she was trying to give her commentary. She forgot what was wrong with her trying to drive big and shit like that. Talking about she don't want to have those migraines no more because she don't want to end up with no blood stroke or whatever she called it. I was like, lady, it's called an
Crazy.
aneurysm. Are you talking about a cerebral hemorrhage or something like that? Like, what exactly are you referring
Right.
to? But
Just a mess.
Nika's
Just a
limited,
mess.
I think those termites is stucking on her brain. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I hope Nika is okay. I hope her migraines are okay at the end of the day. But when you don't take care of yourself, I can't feel sorry for her. You know what I'm saying? I can't feel sorry for her when she doesn't take care of
And then
herself.
she had the nerve to tell me I'm living off my like when she did her reads, like bitch, how like first of all, you're supposed to have a child with a man that can protect and provide. But your son grew up raised by the penitentiary system, you weird ass bitch. Like, they flexes be all wrong. Like, first
Oh,
of
you
all, New
didn't you
York
didn't hear
City,
her talk about that black boy, and she said her son, he got arrested in that county and stuff like that, and the charges was drummed up and stuff, and they was
lies,
putting they were
lies,
putting more on the
lies.
charges than what they needed to be. And
She did a story time. She loves to reinvent herself. Remember, I told you she tried to say she know the people that unfortunately when them 8 children want to lie. This bitch will grip to anything for a cash out. It's disgusting, especially at her age. Her fallback is this type of begging and gaslighting. It's weird to me that you would have any type of commentary trying to condemn anybody. You pathetic ass old bitch. You ugly inside out, and you're gonna always have to grovel and beg for a dime and a dollar or two, you weird ass bitch.
now
Ooh.
I don't have no
Oh, hold on.
kids.
Give me that. She got a good one for Sneaker. Well, come live and tell us. We don't want to hear it until you go live. You've been
Now,
doing a good job of your people. I agree. But you better
right.
come live. Oh, all right.
Now I don't have no kids, but if your son if he's getting arrested multiple times, then that
Yes.
means that
She
he's
did
the
story time,
problem.
CD.
That
She
means that
did story time.
right. I'm saying,
Like, nobody
but if
lying on
he,
this weird
but I'm
bitch.
just putting that out there. Like, if he's getting arrested multiple times, that means that he's the problem. You can't
Right.
keep blaming
Right.
everybody else for why he's getting. They're not just randomly picking him out of a lineup. He is
And
obviously doing something wrong, Nika.
And I think that's what Tyler was trying to grip to, but we don't know. I don't think that any of that underlying issue is going on with the Carmelo Anthony thing. But your son committed actual motherfucking crimes, bitch. That was an actual innocent child. And some people that have a hate for that just see black people, no matter the age, they don't see our kids as kids. So that's why they treated them like that. Your son was not harmed in the process of his arrest doing multiple infractions. So how dare you, bitch? A bitch that had their child raised by the penitentiary system, who was straight when he went in and gay when he came out because of what these that type of culture in there. How dare you, bitch, try to shame me for making sure I procreate with men that that don't want to see, that don't be in the penitentiary system, that understand more values of life, because I understand you have to show by example. She don't even know who her kid father is, or they definitely didn't stay around. So Bitch, please, a man is supposed to provide for his child. That is nothing wrong with that. That's what you're supposed to do. You got life backwards. That's why you damn near 60 begging at your age with nothing to show for yourself. No backup plan. You're weird, ho.
I refuse to believe this woman is 10 years younger than my parents, and she looks the way that she looks. I refuse to believe that. I really do believe that this woman is older than what she is, and I've never really dove into Nika's stuff like that because I haven't really did that. But I
She
don't
looked
really
like all
believe
you
she's
know,
her
she
age.
looked like all her life she had to fight everything on all levels, and she still is with her lying, manipulative ass. And instead of doing better, she chose to do worse. Can't stand her.
Because both of my parents
I don't
are
love her.
like 10 years older than Nika, and they both have a full set of teeth, and they both have a full set of hair. My dad has hair, like long hair and shit like that or
My
whatever.
grandma
Like he has
too.
braids. Like
My
he
grandma
got his
went
hair.
out with beautiful, long, thick hair down to the middle of her back. A
That's why I'm
beautiful
like,
silver. She still had some black streaks.
how
Yeah,
is
up
it
until the day
that
she passed. Mm.
right? That's why I'm like, how is it that they got a full and even my grandmother's in her 90s. She has hair, she has teeth. I don't understand
Mhm.
how
Yep.
these women are losing
My grandma just
their
had my grandma just in a wheelchair because the ambulance people dropped her by accident but she still sued their ass. But my grandmother went out great. When I tell you, my grandma didn't have to spend a dime. My grandma got to live her last day to the fullest. My grandma loved QVC. All she did was sit up and order QVC all day long. Never had to pay one bill when her children became adults, especially her grandkids. We fought over who was going to pay for my grandmother's bill. You ain't shit. You raised ain't shit kids. Don't you ever speak on parenting, you weird ass begging bitch. Ooh, that shit pissed me off. But go ahead.
right with I mean, and she was like, yeah, that's what's that guy's name? Carmelo Anthony. My son got arrested over there, and they tried to trump up some charges over there, and they don't play over there. But the charges were bogus. They were bogus charges they tried to lay on my son out there, and it's all white. It's a white community out there. And let me tell you something also, you ignorant motherfuckers out there that keep on talking about a jury of your peers. Understand what that means. That means the community. That does not have anything to do with race. I need y'all to understand that because you guys keep saying, why ain't he got black people? If he grew up, if the community that he reside in is predominantly white, those will be considered his peers. Not if it has nothing to do with race. When they say jury of your peers, look that shit up. Has nothing to do with ethnicity, has nothing to do with race. You idiots. So you guys sound so stupid when you say that. Every time you guys have these political not, not even political, but when you have these like legal discussions and you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Stop saying that shit. Just because it's a black guy, if he's in a white community, that is the community that's going to be that's going to be over the whole. I mean, that's going to be the jury for the case or whatever. If he's in the hood, it's going to be a similar jury, but it's not going to be, oh, we're going to just pick all black people. That's not a jury of your peers. That's not what that means. Look up what the fuck it means before you guys say something ignorant.
But no, hold on. It doesn't mean all black people, and of course, the options that they choose from the pool. I think a little bit scary here. The pool of option and let's quote unquote lottery. All we know is fixed. They might proximity might be like a lot of white people, but Julia Peer are supposed to include like black people because there are clear differences in black
It's
people
not. It has
households with
nothing to do
white
with race.
Asian. And yes, it no, it's not. Yes, it does
No, it
because if
doesn't. You
your
can look it up
peers,
now.
hold on, no, no, hold on. Let me say this: if you were raised in a certain community, nobody is going to know the culture. So there are a lot of things to consider when you go into trial because when it comes to something
That's
like this where it's
true.
like sticky with the law, so that no, if you cannot identify with anything, that's an unfair person. A white person would not know what certain no black person is a monologue. Black people
But
not a monologue.
the
But my
jury
thing
of
is
your
this:
peers has nothing to do with ethnicity or race. You can look that up. It has nothing
no,
to
it's
do with that.
included, but it's
So
not the only thing.
no,
It
it has
has
nothing.
no,
It has
it's a
nothing to do with
factor.
it.
It's a factor.
No, it's not.
It
You
is
can
a
look it up
factor.
right
Yes,
now.
it
You can
is.
Google it right
Yeah,
now. I'm
look at
telling you to
it.
Google
Look
it.
at it.
I'm telling you to look it up
Okay,
right
hold on.
now. I know what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Let's do that. Let me get the textbook definition. That's what you
The
want. Hold on.
jury of your peers has nothing to do with ethnicity or race. Nothing to do with that.
Hold on.
That's why I'm telling you. When I tell you to look something up, I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, hold on.
Because even that guy, he was like, why do black people keep saying that? Why do they keep saying like jury of your peers when it has nothing to do with an ethnicity or the race? Do they understand how it works? That's not what it means.
Okay, can you hear
That's
me?
why,
Can you hear me?
yeah,
Hold on. Can you hear me? Okay, so hold
yeah.
on. I'm gonna read it. Okay, they said a jury of peers means a criminal defendant's constitutional right to an impartial jury selected from a fair cross section of the local community. It
Right. I
does
just
not
said
mean the jury
community.
will share you. Hold on. It does not mean the jury will share your exact demographic, profession, or age. Rather,
Right.
it guaranteed that the jury are fellow ordinary citizens. So,
Okay.
and then they said
Which I
origins of
just
concept, the
said,
faith.
it
No,
has
you
to do
just
with the
said,
community. It does not have anything to do with your ethnicity or your race. So it could be
okay, but what about
anyone.
the part where, hold on, the it's from fair cross section. So, like I said, that would mean
That
like
that
the
that
town, unless they only black people in the town,
the
it should be some black people on that jury. You see,
but that's
fair
not how it
cross. In a
works. That's
community,
not
there's
how it
black
works.
people.
Y'all get confused with a different terminology, but that's not how it works. Jury of your peers has nothing to do with ethnicity or race. It's about the community that that person reside
Right. So there could
that
be black people reflected in the community of the jury. That's so it's still the
but
same
they're not
thing.
but that's not the way that's not the way it's selected. That's not how it
I just
goes.
read you the definition. It said, you want me to read it
But
again?
that's
That's not
not
what it said.
but uppity. Go do Google the
It's about
jury of your people.
interpretation. Listen. Jury
I
of your
just it
peers.
literally
And it,
explained. I just literally explained that jury of your peers has to do with the community. You just read that. You just
right,
read that.
exactly. And I just
So
read
I'm
and it
right.
said, but yeah,
I'm not
I read
wrong.
it.
But it has
I'm
nothing to
right.
do with race
I'm
or
right. I'm not
ethnicity.
wrong.
They're not going to select you based
Listen,
off of your race or your
I
ethnicity,
know
whether you're a
that.
part of the
I know
community or
that.
not.
But I
So
don't
I'm
know how.
right. That would mean I'm right then. What are we
No, you're
arguing
not
about?
right.
Yes, it
Not in that
is.
trial because they're
I
all
just
old
said
white men.
it
So
doesn't
if there's a
matter.
woman on trial and everybody show up to be a man, you think that'll be a fair jury selection? Because in the community there's men. So if there's a woman trial and there's nothing
But
but
there's
all
women
men
and
and
there's men on the trial. So that's not the scenario here. There's women
so
and
there's
men on the
women and men, but
trial,
there's none of
and
color.
that
But
are a
there's none
part
of
of his
color. And you
community.
know,
That is
but
a part of his
and there's
community.
nobody of color. But
Jury of your
so
peers has
apart
nothing to do with race or ethnicity. I'm going to say that till the
people are,
cows
so
come
that's
home.
like you. Oh no. You have to
Nothing to
listen
do with
here.
it. That's why you guys
Yes,
look crazy every time a case
There could
like
be
this happens, and then it
representation.
ends up being
Hold on. There has to be representation from all parts of the community. So if if unless he's the only black person in the community or a person of color in the community, there should be a reflection of that on the jury. That is what the definition states. So you're
no, it
not
does
right if
not.
there's nobody of color.
No, it doesn't.
That's not true. That's what
No,
I
it
just.
doesn't.
Well, anybody get like, hey. I guess it's subjective.
And
Anybody
I
can sit
debunked.
here and listen
I
to the definition and what I said and what you said, and then they make their own judgment. Because I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not wrong.
Okay, but that's not
I
what
mean,
jury.
you know.
That's not what
But at
jury
the end
of
of
your
the
peers.
day, it's not. I just feel like in that part of town is they're not going to have a fair jury trial. Never happened in existence, and even in the Constitution, they tell you black people are considered second class, which is why they wouldn't get a fair jury selection. And even now, I think the biggest part to me that will be focused on is the witnesses changing up their testimony. So that matter more than anything but at the end of the day, if it's not a fair jury, they're gonna be stuck on what they stuck on, and they're gonna be, if they're all white, they're gonna identify with a white family. They're not gonna see it from a person of color's perspective, how they will be scary living in a town like that that's majority white, and people are trying to bully them. So they're not gonna see it
regardless
from that
of
perspective.
regardless of whatever, like I would just hope whatever ethnicity, whatever race the individuals are that are the jury of over any case, I would just hope that they're logical enough to see all sides, regardless of whatever
Mhm.
race the person is and stuff like that or whatever. Like I'm not
That's
just gonna,
wishful thinking,
but
but we know it.
wh-
Yeah, I know we
when
can
it
wish
comes
that, but we know
to,
it doesn't happen.
I would like
Yeah.
to get all the details of the matter, not with just him. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about, because I don't watch that shit. But I would like to know all the details of the matter, because I'm not just gonna side with somebody just because they're black. But if the boy was being bullied, if he was being harassed, if those were things, that's fine. But then a lot of things come into place. Well, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why did this happen? And then also the parents are to blame as well, or the parent, or whatever the case may be. Because if my kid's coming to me and they're telling me that they've made, and we've reported this, or this whatever has happened, and it's been reported that something is going on with my kid and stuff like that, and nothing's being done about it, I'm going to pull my kid away from that school, from that
Well, it's
facility.
not that simple for some people.
Well,
It's
it's
not that simple.
mm,
And secondly, whether he be, but I think the parents to blame is the parents who don't teach their child to know their place. You don't. It's not your job to get people in and out of tents. They got people
but
hired for that. So you
sure,
stay in a
but
child's place. No, no, no. You stay in a child's place because you don't want to, especially if you know somebody that you don't get along with.
I don't
You
want
don't
my kids to
pursue
be a part of any
confrontation.
institution that does not see my kids' safety as a
Right.
priority. So I'm going to
EDSS,
pull
I
them
agree with
whether
you,
it's easy or not.
I wouldn't live in that county, period. But we all don't know, like, unless we in certain positions. So we all can say a lot of things. But like I said, the only parents I blame for things like this, because these parents are the problem, having people not stay in a place. People who are hired to people in and out of tent. You don't get the right because you live in a racist white town and you're white and you see a black person that you feel don't belong there. You get the right
But those type
to
of
go
things
up there and
occurs
talk to them like that.
those type of things occurs in those environments, and things
That
are
doesn't make it
avoidable.
okay.
Sir,
But that doesn't make it
I
okay.
never said it was okay, but I'm saying those type of things
Yeah.
happen. So
Okay, but listen,
that need to
if
be,
black people,
but there are
hold on,
measures.
they were type of hold on, they were type of things that was occurring for centuries and years. If black people wouldn't have stood up like we did, nobody of color would be moving anywhere
Oh,
in this motherfucking earth. So it's a good thing that black people still got it in their spirit to get up and change some shit, no matter how it's supposed to go when it's not right compared to us. So I'm not gonna never knock no black person for that, because had we not
it's
been
not
on that
about
type of
knocking
time, we'll
anybody,
still
but
be doing that.
we gotta be logical. We can't be emotional about it. We gotta think about what could have
I
been
am.
done and what
I'm being
couldn't have been done.
logical.
It's not being logical, because
What's not?
we're not thinking about, I'm saying what the parent could have done to prevent this from happening in the
What
first place.
parent?
If your kid if anything, if your kid's coming to you and they're telling you that something's
Yep,
going
the black
on,
parent
and it's
child is still
but let
alive.
me
The
finish
white
my
person that
statement.
didn't.
Let me finish my statement. Let me finish my
Hold
statement.
on. No, 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 because you going like. I just want you to be focused here when you talk about parenting, because the black child is still alive. The white parent need to teach their child. Just
I'm
because you're
not
in a racist society,
I'm not,
don't mean you
but
get to
you
get
haven't
away with
let me,
racism.
say on both
Okay.
sides. So let me finish. So the whole thing is that if your child's coming to you and telling you that something's going on and nothing, and let's say nothing, I don't know the ins and outs, but I'm just saying, if nothing's being done about it, then to me, that would make me, you know, as the type of person I am, I would pull them. I would first go and speak to the institution, and if still nothing's being done, then I'm going to pull them from it, because I know that I'm surrounded by a bunch of white people. I know I'm surrounded in an area that, and then I might see what other alternatives. And then also, when it comes to the white people or whatever, those individuals, yeah, they need to know that there are going to be consequences and stuff like that. But they're going to be consequences that come along with trying to bully someone. And yes, they do need to train their kids better and shit, and stop making, and their kids need to stop thinking that they're entitled and thinking that they could do whatever they want to Black people and there's not going to be any repercussions. I'm not saying that, but there just needs to be a fine line when a parent, when your kid is coming to you. You got to make that decision you got to get them out of there, because those type of
Well,
things
let
happen.
me tell
The
you,
kids, Black
you
kids end
children.
up
Well,
getting
hold on.
Black kids
But
end
hold
up
on. Let me
getting,
tell you
wait,
this.
let me finish. Black kids end
Okay.
up getting rolled up in mats and all types of weird shit happening, and y'all talking about
And that's
fighting and
why
all
he
this
did
type
what
of
he
shit.
did. That's why he did what he
Okay,
did, as he
but
should. And that's
but
why he did what he did, so he
but
will be rolled up
then
in a mat.
but
But hold
then
on, can I ask you a question before you finish?
yeah,
Because you don't have kids and maybe you don't follow this. So what you said, don't you think a
no, I
lot of
don't.
parents tried to do? Yeah, okay, so exactly. So there have been parents that have went to institutions, tried to unenroll their child from school. A lot of these different states, they make it hard for parents to um homeschool their children, even to the point that certain states can get ACS involved if they don't have their kids in traditional schools. There are some parents that work there, and just like when it comes to colleges, some kids want to go to college, so they may be attending a Pacific school because it's an easier way to get them in that. And when you dealing with small towns like this, the options are very limited. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different factors why like it sounds good in theory, but practically is not able to do. And there has been a pattern, a history of people trying to do everything you said and failing. So some people get, out with it. And some, especially when it comes to men, a lot of them are prideful and they might not even told the parents the extent that it's going through. They just felt the need to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is that still at the end of the day, like, that might not have been the smartest way to respond as a Black boy to me. I understand fighting them, if you got to beat them up, whatever you need to do. But as far as taking it to that extent, I don't know if that would have been the smartest thing to do or
A
whatever, because
big,
then you're putting,
a big
because
scary
now
white guy with but hold on, a big scary white guy that is mentally unstable and has an
I under
unhealthy obsession with me.
I under
I'm
I
gonna do what I
but
gotta
let me
do.
but I understand that, but now you're in a position where you now you cost your entire life. So you got to be smarter when it comes to defending yourself. When it comes to defending yourself, there's other ways to defend yourself outside of doing like something lethal to that extent. Because now
Some
he's
people
in,
take the extent because they have to. Some people take this extent because they have to. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. It is what it
yeah,
is.
well, and hopefully somebody agrees with that, but some might think it might be a little bit too excessive. I'm talking about white people, you know, and they might, well, look at other angles. Well, why didn't he do this and why didn't he do that? And I heard that he did
They start
report it.
doing.
He did report it. I heard he did do that. He did make
Yeah.
reports and things like that. But, he did not have, I don't think the lethal force, I don't think him stabbing someone, I don't think it was that, I don't think he
I
needed
don't
to
think
do
he
that.
intended. I don't think he intended to like unalive him. I think it was protection measure, and people are smart enough.
If
Like
it's done
you know what I'm
more than
saying.
once,
But
if
hold
it's done
on.
more
But
than
if a
once,
marshal,
that's
are
an
you
attempt.
trying to go? Are you trying to go head to head with a UFC fighter? Huh?
Am I gonna go head to head with a UFC fighter? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, it's
If
like
he
UFC fight. I'm not saying you're gonna pick a fight with them, but let's say I'm just saying this is random. A UFC fight for some whatever reason they just don't like you. Every time they see you, they trying to fight you. Aren't you
Yeah.
gonna protect yourself the next time you see that person? So what he did is human nature, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
You know
it
what I'm
it
saying?
it all depends on, they're gonna look at a lot. They're gonna be like, how many times did this guy stab this person? Because then they will be like, well, then they're gonna look at the intent behind it. Because if you're
It don't
doing most,
matter.
if you're
None of this. Well, but
no,
hold
it
on. But
does
listen, the
matter. It does
UFC.
matter because you just said that the guy was not trying to kill the guy. But if you're doing it multiple
But
times
hold on,
and
but no, no,
hitting
no, no, no.
multiple
You didn't let me
arteries,
finish what I said about what it don't matter. What I was just giving you an example. What you were saying, like now you're like this is going to like pivoting to a point. It don't matter with that. The aggressor who is double your size and you have followed the protocol. He didn't do like the white kids do when somebody talk to them and bring a gun. I mean, shoot up whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that didn't
And
happen. He only and this person, he didn't initiate it. He didn't initiate anything. So if the person, why didn't that parent teach him? The white guy's parent teach him like, hey, if he's coming around you, and he say you're bullying him, go to an adult and have them deal with the situation. No,
and
this
that
guy,
might be true, but
was going to keep going. Hold on, some people
I'm
see
sorry.
you as weak because you are complaining. They, you know what I'm saying, they feel like you're weak and you're easier target. Plus the fact I don't like you just because you're black, and I know where I'm at, I can get away with it. So he's sending a strong message that to me needs to be sent. I don't know all the details, but from what I'm gathering, this is what needs to happen, especially in small towns like this. Because I'm so sick of people talking about, oh, there's sundown towns, this and sundown. Like, these niggas are scary. They riding in bunches. You know, they do this off in selective town. Then they come to big cities on some humble shit. They gotta hide that shit. So I feel like
Okay,
black people everywhere, you need to send a motherfucking strong ass message. And it's a shame that it had to start with a little boy, but a black man should have been stood up to put him in that bullshit, because that's the only way it's gonna stop. It's not gonna stop by you being nice. And clearly he's a perfect example of that. I
I
followed the
never said
protocol
that.
and
I'm
this
all
guy did
for
it.
him. I'm all for him defending himself. But as far as doing where it got to the point where he killed the guy, that was a bit excessive.
It was
And of
unintentional.
course,
I don't
but
believe it was
I'm
intentional, but that's what
it
happened.
has to be
That's why people
intentional. You can't
need
say it's
people.
unintentional when I'm not
How
saying
many
that he
people
was.
die from knife wounds?
I'm sorry.
You know how you gotta be like, you gotta know what you're doing to, like that happened in the heat of the moment. It is not like he went up to him and tried to
Right.
stab him. No,
And
this
that's
guy
true.
initiated
That may
everything.
be true, but legally that's not going to work. And I need you to understand that. Legally, you can't just do whatever you want to do regardless of however it occurred. And that's what they're going to see. Well, I mean, they're going to
It's
the look at.
self-defense
They're going to look at it. It might not, but it might not be seen as that. It depends on the state that you're
because
in. Because if you're out
that's
here in
why jury
but I'm
selection
trying
is
to
so
tell you something.
important.
If you're out here in California and it's not meet with the same type of equal like bodily, like if someone's coming at you and you don't and they have a weapon but you don't have a weapon, then that might be, you can defend yourself or whatever. But if you have a weapon and you're coming at somebody, there's a lot of different like red tape out here that you can't even
Yeah,
defend
I know
yourself.
what you're talking about,
There's
and I
ways that
understand
you
that
so
exactly.
so I'm saying like the
Yeah,
laws
that's
are
kind of like a
so,
woman.
but what I'm
That's
trying to
kind,
say
but
is
no, the only, but hold
the
on, hold
laws
on.
are so
What?
unique. Let me just finish this. The laws are so unique that you might think that you're defending yourself and that you're well within the law, but you might not be. And then you end up getting some sort of huge sentence because you think that what you did was right, and legally speaking, it might not be what you should have done. And then
Okay, now
legally
let
they
me
might not
educate
look at it
you.
like that.
Yeah, we have similar laws, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And the only
Yeah.
time what you're talking about normally applies, that would be like with men who try to use that defense and women, uh, with women domestic violence situation, when men say, oh, she hit me so I hit her back. That's the only type of situation where those cases don't work, because clearly men are stronger than women. So you can normally restrain her, yeah, because she hit you. um you didn't have to hit her back.
It's
That's
not
usually
just
how the
domestic
law sees it.
violence. It's
But
not
no,
just
no, no, no,
domestic
no. I'm
violence.
just saying, no, 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 no. I'll let you finish. So
Okay.
that's normally the only type of cases where I've seen the strategies you're talking about fly. But this guy is considerably way smaller than the guy. Went already, told people like, hey, he's harassing me, and nobody stepped in and did anything. So he used a weapon within the rights of the law of the states that he's in. He used a weapon to protect himself. So in that case, if there's a guy that's twice his size and big and has a premeditated, has let it known that he does not like him, he wants to cause him harm, he has the right to do what he has to do to get this guy up off of him. Now, once the guy is up off him and is no longer a threat, that's when the charges could come in. So unless the reports came out and said like, hey, the guy charged him, and then he did what he had to do to get him off him, and then when it stopped, he went in. Now that's when he's crossing the line. But in this situation, he had every right to use a weapon because he was at a disadvantage due to his weight inside in this guy rage, which we don't know where it stems from. Anybody, if I don't know you and you have such rage against me, I can only assume it's mental. And nobody is protecting me. I have the right to protect
Well,
myself and my
I'm
own
telling
life.
you that I know someone right now that had to serve 5 years out here in California for defending their kids who were being harassed. They had to serve 5 years. So that's why I'm saying you might think that things are self-defense, but legally it might not be
No, no, no.
self-defense.
What you just said, defend their kids. So it wasn't happening to them. So that's still a different situation.
I'm
And I get it because, but
also
hold on.
aware
If
of
somebody
other
attacked my kid,
situations. There's also other situations that I'm aware of where the kids defended themselves and they end up getting years in prison. And I know, and that's what I'm saying. There are people the what you might consider might be street justice or whatever, or the street protocol are completely different than the legal protocol. And especially like in Texas does not play when it comes to that type of shit. So
and which is why going
hopefully
back to my initial argument,
but
that's
hopefully
why people
I'm
were
hoping
concerned
that
about not
but
being a fair
I'm
jury trial.
hoping what I'm hoping that he gets a fair shake or whatever.
But he's not.
If uh, uh, well
But
it
that's why
depends
it's
on
going
how
to
they
be
look at the
national news. The only thing that make it hard is like people are saying we got to see how this trial run out because all eyes is on Texas. But at the end of the day, it's not. It's like the way you were stating it. He did nothing wrong. He defended himself. He followed the protocol. So like I said,
I
there
don't
I
think
understand
following the
exactly what you're
I don't
talking about.
believe
But
he
hold on, I know
did.
what you're talking about because as a mom of a
I
son,
don't
I
believe he
investigate
followed
all
the
laws.
protocol. I don't believe he followed the protocol. To me, I don't think
Well, we wouldn't know
I don't
that
think
because all the details ain't out. I believe
using
he
a
did.
knife in a
So
situation is not smart, especially
yes,
when you're the only black boy
yes.
in a white community. Using a knife is not
So
is
be
not intelligent.
defenseless. Be defenseless. Do be defenseless
You
and hope
defend
that
yourself
you
the
become
best
a
way you
good
can.
victim.
Defend
Nah,
yourself.
nah,
I'm not gonna
nah.
have my
But that's why I
well.
said that's the difference.
So
But
you
because
rather have your kid?
but
So
no
you
no no
rather
no
have
no.
your
But that's
kid
the
face
difference
20,
between
30
black
years?
people. No no
So
no
you
no
rather have
no
your
no no
kid
no.
face 20, 30 years for what?
And be alive, yeah, because we can
No, that's
fight for him to get
stupid.
out.
That's not
But if my
smart.
son is not here no more, it's nothing. No, it is smart. It is smart. It
No,
is
it's
smart. I'm
not.
not gonna have my son be a waiting target. Are you okay?
He's not
No,
gonna
I
be. I'm
teach
not
my son
saying
that.
I'm not. But what you're confusing is that I'm not saying that he needs to get beat up. He needs to sit there and get beat up. But I'm not. But I'm saying that I don't think that was smart to use a weapon. I don't believe that was smart in that
Well,
state. I
clearly
don't
it
believe
was
it.
smart. Well, clearly it was smart because he's
And
alive and the
then
other guy's not.
like I said, they're gonna look and see if it was an excessive
No,
use.
they're
They're
going to
gonna
be
look at
mad.
all
The
those
only
different
problem is they're
factors.
going to be mad because he fought back. That's short, plain and simple.
No,
The only part they're going to be mad about is he fought back. That's it and
no,
all. Well, he did
no.
the right thing.
Because no, I don't think that's smart. And you got to work within and you can defend yourself, but you can also work within the law so that you can be defending yourself and you can go home. That's what you need to
Yeah.
be teaching your kids to be
He did work
smart
within the
and be
law.
able
That
to
no,
defend themselves
that white boy should have followed the
so
law.
that
No,
they
no, no,
can go
no.
home. Because
That white boy should
he's
have
not the
followed the
only
law and
black
stopped
boy.
harassing
He's
people.
not the only black boy that group. We need to teach them how to defend themselves and we need to teach them the law because he's not going to be
Well,
the
he
only
clearly
black boy.
defended
He's
himself.
not going to be the only black boy in a all white community. He will not be the last. So we need to start
But
teaching them
he
the
definitely
smart
set a
ways
tone for how to
to
handle them.
so they can go
He definitely
home.
set a tone for how to handle them.
He didn't.
You know what he is
He's
going to
not
be? The
setting
only
any kind
black
of
boy
thing.
that wasn't unalive. He's going to be the only black boy that wasn't alive, waiting for a racist
Right,
justice
and looking
system to
stupid
have
in
his back.
prison. And looking stupid in prison. That's not a win. That's not a
Alive,
win.
but that
It's
white
not a
boy
win.
was.
It's stupid.
But how dumb did the white boy look and his family?
Okay, but that's stupid. His life is his life is just as gone as the white boy's. It just doesn't make
No,
any
it's not.
goddamn sense. It
I
is.
promise you, if they do send him up to jail, the black people are going to make sure he has a comfortable life. He will be a hero,
Oh, they
and
ain't
there's
gonna
going to
do
be some
shit.
attorney to get
How
him out.
comfortable are you gonna be sitting in a pit of hell in a fucking
Well,
cage?
he won't have to go
In a
through.
cage,
He won't have to
eating a
go through
bunch
the
of
things that
junk
others
food,
have.
eating a bunch of junk food in a fucking
No,
cage.
but
Like
he's
you, I mean, what
alive.
you're saying doesn't make any sense. What we
It
should
makes
be
sense to
teaching
me
our
because
children,
as a
what
black
we need
person,
to be
it
teaching
makes
our
sense to me.
children, what we need to be teaching our children is how to defend themselves in an
We
intelligent
did.
in an intelligent manner to where they're able to go home. Where they're able to go home, not to where they're going to be sitting somewhere for 20, 30 years. That's
That's
stupid.
your
That's not
opinion.
intelligent.
But
So
that's
no,
your
I would
opinion.
not
But
tell
like
my
I said,
child if I got to
you
get my
don't,
kid.
as a biracial person, you don't get it because
No, it's
that's
not.
exactly
It
it
has
makes
nothing
no
to do
sense.
with
Yes,
being
it is. Hold
biracial.
on.
I'm talking about making sure the kid comes home. You're talking about fucking
He wouldn't
bullshit.
have came home if he would have went with your
Oh, he would
method.
have came
We
home, but
have
there's other
history for
ways to
that.
defend
How
yourself. He
many
didn't have to.
like
There's
this
other
boy?
ways to
They
defend
just got
yourself
off.
than to
So
use a knife.
hold on. They just got off because this boy didn't have any weapon or any form of protection himself. They claim he stole some water. He didn't even steal. He did everything you're saying. He tried to run away, tried to get away, and they still unalive him. And what happened? They got off scot-free. Like, what are you
Listen,
talking about? There's been
listen.
too many examples
We're
of
gonna
black people assimilating, and all they get to do is be a victim.
good.
Who gives a fuck? In real black
Oh my
revolutionary
God.
history, you have to no. You have to step out of line, and that's what's going to happen. He didn't do. You know what? I ain't gonna argue with it,
He
but
took
I
a
think this has
stand.
been a great lie.
He took
No,
a
I don't think
stand.
you understand. But you're
No, no,
not
no,
gonna
no,
understand
no. I
because
said
you're
no. I
not
didn't say I
black,
didn't
and it's
understand. I
okay.
didn't. No, that's not what I said. I said
But you
no.
don't.
I said he took a stand. You're saying he took a stand.
Yeah, as he should.
I want to make sure that black men, especially black boys and black men, especially and black women, understand not only understand the law, but understand how to operate within that to defend themselves so that they can come home. And defending
I
yourself is
get what
not
you're
you.
saying.
And the way
I
that
get
you
what you're
defend
saying,
yourself,
but
there's plenty of ways to defend yourself. So you don't have to use a knife
yeah,
to
but
defend
this way was
yourself. Trust me.
effective.
Trust me on
Exactly.
that
We get it. We seen people do it your way, and we seen what happened. And I'm
one.
saying, and I don't like anybody trying to
Do
put
it
down a
my
narrative
way.
because
I
hold
said
on.
defend
His
yourself. I
way
didn't
was
say walk
effective.
away or
This
run
could have,
away.
as racist as this town is, that shit could have got swept under the rug, and we would have never known about it. But because he stood on business, the ancestors was proud of him.
Oh,
The
it wouldn't
whole
have
world
got
was
swept
watching
under
their
the rug.
motherfucking ass.
It wouldn't have got
Yeah, it
swept under
was.
the
Yeah, it
rug.
would. Like it has.
The
It's
men
been
in
too
my
many.
family
Like
have
that's
beat
what I'm
up
trying to
plenty of
say.
white people. We didn't plenty of white people that got beat the fuck up by the men in my family. So I don't know what you're talking about. I never said not to defend yourself. I said that that they need to know how to operate within the
You know,
law.
and I'm just saying,
That's all
if
I'm trying to
defending
say.
yourself come with taking a life,
You
oh
don't
well, I don't think
you
that was
don't have
his intention. But if that's what it takes, because at the end of the day, self-defense is self-defense. Like if he would have stabbed
mhm.
him, if he would have sliced him on the side of the leg and he still would have kept coming at him, he had every right to keep going until that nigga was down and not no longer trying to come at him. That's when the risk stopped. So however
Okay.
many stabs it took to get that white boy that was harassing him because of racism, he needed to learn that lesson. His family needed to learn that lesson. That town needs to learn that lesson. Everybody needs to learn that lesson.
Right,
Leave
right.
black
And the
people alone.
town is
But anyway, I gotta
definitely
go, Edie.
right. And
You want any last word?
the town is definitely gonna follow. Oh my God, we're afraid of this guy now. We're afraid of these people now. No, they're not gonna say that, Uppy. I'm sorry. That's not how you take a stand.
No, they're gonna be afraid the next person they happen to, they son gonna get stabbed to death too. That's what they're gonna be afraid of. That's
And
what they're
I'm
afraid of, and
for
they should be. And
shout
any
out to
town like
Uppity.
that needs to be afraid of it.
Shout out to Uppity
I promise you.
and her sojourner truth bullshit. No, I'm just playing. Oh, I'm
Always
playing.
been that
I'm just
way.
playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But no, shout out to
Uh-huh.
Uppity and her plight and shit like that or whatever. I think we're on the same accord. Of course, I don't want to see no black boy, anybody getting beat up and shit like that or whatever. That will never ever happen or whatever. I'm not for it. But I'm just saying, let's learn to operate within the law so that we can get our boys back
He
home
did.
instead of sitting behind bars looking stupid, waiting for a trial. That's not smart. That's not how you operate. That's not a smart way of operating within the law. There's plenty of people that do crazy shit to people all the time and they'll never get arrested. You know what I'm saying? So don't be one of these people out here that end up getting like charges and shit like that or whatever off of some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to defend yourself, but you can defend yourself within the law so you can take your stupid ass back home. You know what I'm saying? So
And I
I just
feel
want
like
to
he
say,
operated within the law. So, but yeah,
right,
I'm
right, right.
sorry.
And that's why he's going to be sitting somewhere for 20, 30 years. Possibly. Because you think
No, I
what
don't
he
think
did, it
so.
was okay.
Yeah,
That's not smart. I don't want
it
more.
wasn't
I don't
smart
want
to
more
harass
black
him.
men in
Clearly, the
cages.
person
You
that
you seem
wasn't
to not
smart
have a
is the
problem with
one that's
black
no
men
longer
being in
here.
cages. You seem to not have. You seem
Huh?
to not have a problem with black men being in cages. I do. I don't want more black
No,
men
I
in
only have
cages.
a problem with black men that don't defend themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I think he did right. I only have a problem with white men that think because they live in a racist town, they can get to G check a nigga. Like, no, I have a problem with anybody that think they could come boss me the fuck around. I didn't, that's what I have a problem with. And I don't have no problem with people like that getting checked.
Oh yes, and let's say the boy had some type of like mace or something like that. He could have blinded the dude and beat him, beat him up or whatever. He could have did something like that. Why did he have to stab him?
He also was allegedly getting jumped. He had to. It don't matter why what he chose. He needed to do. That white boy shouldn't have created a space and environment where he felt the need to do anything. That's what the problem is. The root where you're talking about the cause. I want to. I mean, you're talking about the effect. I'm talking about the cause, and the cause was the nigga that's dead because of what he did. So I think more white people should teach their children, unless you want to be unalive, leave black people alone. That's what I think.
Well, he definitely has a paper trail. He has a paper trail that I heard that he was making reports that, and he did report that this stuff was going on. So that might be able to hold up something in court, and hopefully, and may the
If the
forces be
jury is
with him.
fair, but that's why they made sure they was all white. But like I said,
Oh my
people, if
God.
you're not all black, you're not gonna just know this experience on this level. So I get it to a certain extent, but you can't get mad at my opinion because I just know what it
I'm
is,
not
and what
I'm
I'm
not
speaking
I'm
is the
not upset
truth.
at your opinion at all. I'm just like why are we celebrating a black boy being in a cage?
I'm
Why
not
is that
who's celebrating
okay?
that. No, that's how you interpret it. I'm celebrating a black boy that's finally no longer going to be a victim to circumstances. He flipped it around. Now it's
Oh
our turn
yeah.
as a
Oh my
community to
God, he's
not. But
winning.
no,
He's
no,
winning. He's
but
gonna
no,
be
no,
in a
no.
cage, and
But hold
one
on.
guy is dead, and
Let
he's
me
gonna be in a
finish. Let me
cage.
finish. Let me
Sure.
finish. Now it's our job as a black community to stand behind that. And
Oh
black people have came a long way from the last lynching trial because he wouldn't be the first or last. But as we as black people climb up the ladder of success, we are able to fight on all different type of levels. That's why we need black people in different branches and places because no, we don't have to succumb to anybody. If they want to step outside the law, you don't stay within the law and become an easy target. You step right where they step at. You give them that same energy, and all everybody that's actually black, your grandmother taught you. If a bunch of people trying to jump you, you pick up the closest thing in you and you knock the leader the hell out. And if they happen to die along the way, like Austin, oh fucking well.
yes, yes. Well, I hope that if that boy, hopefully he gets to go home and shit and learns a very valuable lesson about this thing. But if he doesn't get to go home, I hope you're gonna put some money on his books and shit like that or whatever.
Of course, of course I
I'm fresh
would. Of
out.
course I would.
I'm fresh out
Of
of
course I
funds.
would.
I'm fresh out of
I
funds. So
would.
you can donate my portion. Um and I want to close off by saying Uppity, of course, we are siblings, so we can have our sibling rivalry, we can have our fights. That's
Right.
what we
Right.
do. the what because I mean we don't have to. This is the beauty of a conversation. We don't have to agree, but at the end of the day, we understand that we don't want black boys getting harassed by white people. We know that we don't
Absolutely
want
not.
that.
Absolutely not.
So
And
we
I
on the
want the
same page.
and the only thing white people accept is violence. And I think some black men have that in them, and I think more should, because at the end of the day, you're not going to get nowhere being docile and assimilated. But like I said, more because it's mostly black men that generally date out and make these biracial kids. But that's why black people feel a need to have like a closed off setting than other settings. So because nobody's gonna feel our pain like us. Because why would a parent that's opposite of that teach you that? Because most times they have joined in on it, but they don't want to make their people look bad. So they're not going to accept accountability. They're going to make some type of way. So, like I said, I don't feel like he did nothing wrong. I think he did everything right. That's why they got the jury selection like they did. But anyway, this
Anyway,
has been
yeah.
an interesting live. Yeah, this has been an interesting live. Justice
Uppity
for
gonna have it her
Carmelo.
way. Regardless, Uppity gonna have it her way. Like it or not, she's gonna have it her way. So that's what she
Yeah, that's why he
wants.
gonna get off. He gonna get off. He gonna get off. I'll tell you.
I
But
hope
yeah,
he
but I
does.
appreciate you for
I
coming
hope he
through.
gets a chance
He
to
should.
experience his
It's
life,
only
and
right.
he
Me
gets
too.
to. I hope he gets able to experience his life. But Texas is not
Yeah.
the place I would want to get in. I just wouldn't want to fuck with Texas. I just can't. I couldn't fuck with Texas.
But yeah,
Okay.
Texas should stop fucking with black people. And until they do, maybe this is the route we gotta go. But anyway, you guys, thank you for coming through, Heidi.
Oh,
Thank
last
all this for
words. I wanted to put the last words.
okay.
As you can see, we on the thumbnail, me and Uppity, we are cooking beef and shit like that or whatever. I do not have my channel is not up, obviously. So there will be no live for live and back and forth and shit. Whatever we say on here is what we say on here, and we go about our days and shit like that or whatever. If people want to get offended, I don't give a shit if people are offended or not. If I was wrong about my assumption, I can take that. I'll be wrong. But Uppity, we had an interesting, lovely show as usual and stuff like that. Pizarro is the only person watching numbers. I don't know why she does because she's not a monetized platform. And we'll be more impressed when Pizarro starts her new sector on a new channel, instead of trying to take the B sector cash apps with her and the B sector support with her, talking about she's starting something new. She sounds so fucking stupid. And I just wanted to say that. And shout out to Uppity for laying down the truth. And we want justice for Mello Anthony or whatever hell, however you pronounce his name. He's a great guy, I'm sure, and one of the best.
Absolutely. Thank
And there's
you.
going to be
Thank you.
champagne for everybody in the chat that stayed along to watch.
Right. And Heidi, make sure you come through sometime this week. I'll be doing like a interesting version of a taco wrap. I'm gonna do like the little viral ones where they have like the cheeses with the chicken, and then they put like the lettuce, Parmesan letter inside, and make like a chicken taco with the cheese and chicken, and then a Caesar
Oh my
salad on the
God.
inside. I'm
Wow.
gonna be
Okay.
doing
So
that
when are you
sometime
going
this
to
week.
make that?
Sometime this week, definitely before the week is out. I have to go get the ingredients. I don't have time today, but I'll probably go tomorrow.
Okay, and I have like some recipes I want to like go over with you, but I'm gonna send that to you later on. But yeah, I
Okay.
will I'll be watching your channel, but like I said, if I'm not around, I literally sign out when I distance myself. I sign out of my email, but like I said, anytime that I sign back on, I'm gonna be able to see your emails and we can, if anything goes down, you let me know and we'll set up a time to go live and stuff like that or whatever. But as far as anybody else, that I'm not thinking about any stuff or whatever. We just come here and we voice our opinions and we go about our day. So thank you, Uppity, for your time, and everybody else have a good one.
Later, you guys. But oh yeah, thank everybody for stopping through today. I really appreciate you guys. Like I was just telling her, well, just first of all, justice for Carmelo Anthony, and I wouldn't take like this is what I was saying. It's nothing against Heidi, but when you are biracial, it's hard to have allegiance to black people. That's why it's kind of like hard to take pro black people serious when they say they have biracial kids because clearly you can't expect the kid to X out one of their own side. You see what I'm saying? regardless of, especially if the parents were good to them. So I get it, but with us, it's always going to be like a point of like discord in these type of situations. So like I said, I think that I didn't want it to have, like I said in my other live, I didn't want to have to be a kid, but at somewhere, sometime people got to stand up. And when you can't reside in the law, as we can clearly see, these grown adults be attacking and unaliving our damn children for next to nothing. And now it's getting to a point where their children are trying to do it as well. And it has to stop somewhere. And it's going to be always your life over our children. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to teach my kids to protect themselves to the fullest of the advantage. As long as you do what you have to do, if they don't want to do it, once they realize the threat, they're going to stop. Some people only understand violence, unfortunately. So yeah. So while we have to be blended around people who don't see the value in us, you have to show it to them. And if they only can see it, you know, once they leave this earth, oh well, that's what I feel about it. But anyway, I'll be back sometime this week. I plan on doing this viral chicken thing. I do need to get like the ingredients, like the wax paper and stuff like that. I'm gonna be making like a chicken taco. It's gonna be cute. Just come look at it. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it's gonna be a very cute recipe. I'm even thinking about making like some type of topping. Or I may just go with the regular taco toppings. But that's gonna be coming up before the week gets out. So I'm gonna get to, because I did do the laundry and I started on my refrigerator, but I do need to finish putting up these clothes. Nala has a speech teacher that's gonna be coming to my house about 3 times a week for a couple of hours. Shout out to her attorneys. They want some hours back within the District 75 because Uppy don't play about her babies. So yeah, so her speech teacher, who's a very nice lady, so she's coming here today. So I want to just finish putting all the thing up, getting all the snacks ready because I got some stuff I want to do in my room. And now that I will be having a little break because Nala's right in the next room, so it is what it is. I ain't worried about her trying Nala. No, I'm just playing. She's a sweetheart. So I'll see you guys around these YouTube streets. Somebody tell Trick Red Light Ricky, don't he ever come in my chat. I don't like your white mulatto ass. Bitch, stay the fuck away from me. Weird asshole, fake ass gangster, hateful ass bitch. Y'all know how I felt like the spirit of Khalid Muhammad coming over me. And I already know there's some people looking to take my channel down. So I'm gonna just go on ahead and mosey on. But yeah, hopefully he gets a fair trial. If he don't, we know what we gotta do. Shove kisses. We got two people. We got to fight with the Asians and motherfucking Texas if they don't act right. Later, you guys. Shove kisses. One.